Drop the go yard on the house. I just moved to Texas. The only L's I'm owning is a blunt or Lexus. Continental breakfast at the Waldorf. If a bitch come to my room, she got her drawers off. You haul off, better get the moving. When that beef like call me brewing, and my niggas get the shooting. Only time you rock designer if you lootin'. Boy, I'm patient and I'm prudent. I ain't rushing like I'm Putin. I'm always in the flyer shit you never seen. I'm always gonna be relevant. Evergreen. I'm always gonna be relevant. Evergreen. I'm always gonna be relevant. Fuck you talk. King of New York. Christopher Walken. They pissed when I walk in. I demand attention. Got my name up in the comments and all of your mentions. What I gross from one show is like all of your pensions. My thieves 40, please shorty, we don't want no pigeons. Came a long way from the slums, I'm talking poor conditions. Got it out the mud, brother, more ambitious. I don't do religion, but my wardrobe Christian. Louis Vuitton, Dior, the new edition. You sweet as candy, girl, like new edition. Every time we crushing, I put you in new position. I dropped the go yard on the house. I just moved to Texas. The only L's I'm owning is a blunt or Lexus. Continental breakfast at the Waldorf. If a bitch come to my room, she got her drawers off. You haul off, better get the moving. When that beef like call me brewing, and my niggas get the shooting. Only time you rock designer if you lootin'. Boy, I'm patient and I'm prudent. I ain't rushing like I'm Putin. I'm always in the flyer shit you never seen. I'm always gonna be relevant. Evergreen.
Looks like you lost another one.
I don't know what to say. Just know my flow, how to soap opera, all of my children are all on the way. They gon' follow my way. I'm resetting the game. It's perfect the gray. Put some respect on my name. I don't know what to say. Just know my flow, how to soap opera, all of my children are all on the way. They gon' follow my way. I'm resetting the game. It's perfect the gray. Put some respect on my name. Lot of shit on my mind. They know I'm real about mine. Nigga, I kill about mine. I'm going hard about mine. I got the heart of a lion. In your heart, you know you're lying. Like a citation, I'm fine. Keep getting better with time. I keep getting better with timing. No more nickel and diming. Nickel plated 9 diamonds. All in the jury, I'm shining. Load up the clips, I'm grinding. I understood the assignment. Homie, I'm big on alignment. Everything's about timing. Trendsetter, been better. Get cheddar, big stepper. Go get a dream catcher. Flow, spitter, green pastures. Lay you down and then play around with them eulogies from the street pastor. No regard for you weak rappers. I'm just spitting that heat action. I don't know what to say. Just know my flow, how to soap opera, all of my children are all on the way. They gon' follow my way. I'm resetting the game. It's perfect the gray. Put some respect on my name. I don't know what to say. Just know my flow, how to soap opera, all of my children are all on the way. They gon' follow my way. I'm resetting the game. It's perfect the gray. Put some respect on my name. Double R L7. You see the way that I'm stepping, weighted a weapon, tucked in my waist, fuck out my face. I can't be fake. Come to the flow, know what to say. Stacking that cheddar, loading the safe. Burgers forever, they call me the great. Classes in session, please don't be late. Shorty want a real one, y'all fake. Ash real, make no mistakes. Let me put the ice in on her cake. We made a sex scene in a raid. Under the stars, you see her face? That is the look of amazement. Come from the jungle to pavement. Brooklyn, I come from the basement. But I'm in the attic now, ice the paddock down. One hit, turn your whole life around. Become a millionaire in minutes. Make them feel me every sentence. I'm the realest, who you kidding? They gon' feel me when I finish. I'm authentic and I'm gifted. Can you feel the culture shifting? I don't know what to say. Just know my flow, how to soap opera, all of my children are all on the way. They gon' follow my way. I'm resetting the game. It's perfect the gray. Put some respect on my name. I don't know what to say. Just know my flow.
Tremendous blessing to me. My life. I appreciate it.
Like I said, I always try to express my appreciation, to everybody. It's a lot of
This is Ray. Perspective, real empowerment, you better be respected. Lady Fresh on the motherfucking check-in. Weezy got her back, she stay protected. It's the fresh perspective. Real empowerment, you better be respected. It's for the geniuses to get you through the night. Not for the haters that you they don't come outside.
Lady Fresh. Lady Fresh Brown. And that just kind of started from there.
Rock bottle on the track, boy.
Yeah, yeah. Lady Fresh, keep it real, and that's a fact. She gon' tell it like it is, that's just that on that. Yeah, that's just that on that. This the fresh perspective with Lady Fresh. Lady Fresh, keep it real, and that's a fact. She gon' tell it like it is, that's just that on that. Yeah, that's just that on that. Tune in every week, rockin' with Lady Fresh.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of The Fresh Perspective. I am your host, the one and only Lady Fresh. So, you guys, you see, I went live a couple times this week trying to get back in the groove of things. First, let me shout out my drunkles. You guys are beyond hilarious. You guys had an amazing show the other day. I had to take it down, edit it, and then put it back up. We did a premiere yesterday. That was my first editing job and first premiere. I think I kind of like putting up pre-records. I might have to start doing that a little bit more often. But yes, I think it was a successful show debut. They were amazing, hilarious. It was so much more fun being able to watch it after the show was over. I was in the background a lot and just kind of, handling all the links and, just trying to moderate a little bit and let the fellas have their space. But shout out to all my drunk uncles, Fresh Breezy, Jay Savage, Bonnet Lightbody, Al Hennings, Andre Obama, Mills Lane, and Old Head. Thank you so much, guys. You were a riot. I believe they're planning to do a show tomorrow night here on The Fresh Perspective. So look for that tomorrow evening. I believe BDB may be going live as well tomorrow. So we might be getting a twofer tomorrow, you guys. So that'll be amazing to be able to get all the fellas on tomorrow night. So before I start, I am going to shout out my chat. And so I'm going to scroll back up here to the top, you guys. Andre Obama, salute. Thank you so much for tuning in. My Lotus Flower Bomb, she's the mod of the century. Thank you so much for being here. The GOAT in the building, Kid Mary. Thanks for stopping by. They were looking for you the other night, the night of the Drunkles. So you got to make sure you check out one of those episodes. Okay. Marley Quinn, thanks for tuning in. Don Philly, salute. My King Fresh Breezy, as always, salute to you. Let's see. Harlem Girl, my sweet. Thank you so much for stopping by. I know it's late on the East Coast, and I'm not going to keep you long. I actually have to go to work at 4 a.m. in the morning, so this will not be a 3-hour show unless Fresh stay on here with people and I'm in the bed snoring. Okay. A-Boy, salute. My boo, I didn't forget you. That's my girl. She always comes in and supports the machine. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate everyone, each and every one of you guys that are in the chat active and that are also just watching the show at home. I have a guest coming up. Uncle B will be joining us, just giving us a little perspective of his own on the topic at hand. We're going to be talking about, you know it, the Boston Celtics and what's going on with the head coach. You guys know I couldn't, come up here or let the day go by without addressing this. The Celtics are my team, and I'm really, really disappointed at the turn of events over the last 24 to 48 hours. So, if you guys are not aware, Boston Celtics head coach, I always chop up his name, so you guys know who I'm talking about. Ime Udoka. It Okay. Look, he corrected me from far away, you guys. So, Udoka. Is that right? Udoka? Okay. Ime Udoka. I always chop his name up. He was an amazing coach for the Celtics. My feelings are really hurt, but such is life. Things happen. Um, Anybody who may have been, well, you had to be under a rock not to know what's going on. But head coach for the Boston Celtics, Nigerian American, is in a relationship, has children with the one and only Nia Long, has been the head coach for the Boston Celtics for 1 year. And as of September 21st, it started to circulate that he would be put on some type of, uh, suspension or some type of disciplinary action for something violating the organization's rules. So that came to us by way of ESPN on September 21st. By September 22nd, he was suspended for a full season, you guys. So naturally, hold on one second, you guys. Naturally, myself and Fresh Breezy were like, what the hell is going on? Get a fan on. Okay, what the hell is going on? He has a amazing track record. He, played for the NBA, assistant coach for the San Antonio Spurs, assistant coach for Philadelphia 76ers, the Brooklyn Nets, and then he became the head coach of the Boston Celtics. They acquired him in June of 2021, and he led us to we won the Eastern Conference Finals. And then he led us to the championship where we fell, unfortunately, in game 6 to the Golden State Warriors. Salute to the Golden State Warriors. If we were going to fall to anybody, I will accept that. So he also won a championship as an assistant coach with the San Antonio Spurs. And yes, so he was put on disciplinary action that will last for 1 year. And, we're going to have Fresh Breezy come up and Uncle B come up, and we're going to talk a little bit about this. Fresh Breezy has been airing this out all day. I woke up to him screaming at the screen. So I'm sure he has wonderful insight about this topic. If anybody else has any insight on this topic, please, don't hesitate to let us know. Let us know. I'll drop the link in the chat, and you guys can come up and talk. I am going to. Hey guys, I thought I'd talk a little bit behind the avatar. I never really do that very much, but I wanted to, kind of see how that felt. Got my little drink on deck. I need to drink to talk about this because let me tell you something. I am really feeling kind of crazy about this whole situation. Everybody knows that I bleed green. Only Celtics fan in my family. Me and my husband both are. And so, there was a match made in heaven. And to answer your question, Andre Obama, before we bring our guest up, Andre Obama asked me the other day if I was a Celtics fan before I met Fresh Breezy or if it was the union that made me a Celtics fan. And the answer to that question is I was a Celtics fan before me and Fresh Breezy got together. I've known Fresh Breezy since I was a kid. We grew up in the same projects. And so I was a Celtics fan for a very long time. It was just coincidental that when we got together, He was a Celtics fan too. You know, he go way back though. He go way back to Kevin McHale days. Like, you know, that was his favorite Celtic. So we just it just so happened, you know, we had so much in common, you know, growing up in the same area to you know, liking a lot of the same music. And then I really honestly think it was both our love for the Celtics that brought us together because we started talking about it a lot. Like we would talk about games and just, you know, texting just like, dang, like they messed up and, you know, just, you know, that kind of wedged us, you know, closer. So yeah, that's a little story about Fresh Breezy and Lady Fresh. Definitely a Celtics fan before my husband, but you know, it was nice to be able to be with someone who we share the same love for the same teams. Got a couple more people in the chat. Mike Martin, salute. Thanks for stopping by. Jay Savage, salute. My drunk uncle in the building. Um, and let's see. I think that was it. All right. So, Fresh Breezes should be joining the stream here in just a second. We have our first guest here, Uncle B in the background. This guest is very special to me. I debated whether or not to say who this person is to me, but I guess I might as well just tell y'all now. Uncle B is my big brother, one of many of my brothers. We are the closest in age as far as me being the youngest and him being above me. And he's a Knicks fan, y'all. So he's about to be trolling us. Y'all welcome Uncle B to the Fresh Perspective. Hey,
Hey,
Uncle.
hey, what's up, no sis?
I like that avatar. Let me make you bigger on the screen because you trolling right now because you got the whole New York Knicks.
Well, I had to represent. Like, I didn't have. Did that like a few minutes ago, so it's not something that really stays up in my house like that. But I had to represent being on the show because, I'm a diehard orange and blue.
Yes,
Um,
we know. We know.
um,
He bleeds orange and blue, like a horrible color combination. Like we bleed green over here, and we always so just so y'all know. So this is my big brother. He is one of the smartest people I know as far as this NBA stuff. Like he really pays attention to this stuff. Same as Fresh Breezy. His kids, you know, are into it. Like his daughter, she rock it just like he do. And during the season, we have friendly, what would you call it? Banter via
yeah,
text message.
yeah, it's fun. I mean,
It
it-
is
it's
talking
it's
mad crap.
it's crazy though how I look at y'all differently. I have to be honest though. Like I used to look at y'all because like the Celtics used to beat up on us just like the Bulls, well, before the Bulls did. And so I had a younger man's perspective too. And so I was just hating on y'all pure as a kid. I got Bird earned a lot of my respect, Kevin McHale, a lot of the legends. But I still hated the Celtics then. Now it's just like a rivalry. It's more of a rivalry now. Like I got so many people that I'm close to that are Celtic fans that like I will say like I want to meet the Celtics in the playoffs, right? Like I don't want anybody to beat y'all but us. Like that's how I look at it. But I can't root
Not
for
gonna
y'all. I can't root for y'all really either. Although
Right.
I silently like this team a lot, man. Like this
So
team is definitely
are
likable.
you one of the people who like because I'm the type that I cannot go for another Eastern team.
Right.
I
Exa-
if my team gets knocked out, I want somebody from the West to win. But a lot of people are they all about the East. So which
well
one
now,
are you?
now to be honest with you, I look at the playoffs more like I look at the individual matchups and I look at the teams that I want to win those matchups. And every time a team comes against another team, maybe I pick both of them right. I'm picking the team that I want to see move forward.
Okay. All right. So
Now,
it's a little bit more of a thought out process.
yeah. Yeah, that's how I really look at the playoffs now. And I can't say I don't. I root for other teams to be successful, especially players. Like, you got your favorite players. Like, I'm not a big Lakers fan, but
I
I'm a
hate the
LeBron
Lakers. I
James.
will never like the Lakers, and I will never be Team LeBron.
Of
Sorry.
course, like you can't. Like that's sacrilegious
Right,
on
and that's
yourself.
what right. So there's some rivalries that you just it's just embedded because it's historic. You
Absolutely.
know what I mean? The Celtics and the Lakers are tied with the same number of chips. So they both got
Yep.
17. Even though, and I know Al Hennings is in the bushes somewhere, I'm not giving y'all that Rona chip. That was a Rona chip. That season was all jacked up. Kobe passed away. I really think it was a lot of politics behind all of that, if you ask me. But we're equal as far as championships. So it'll be really interesting to see if the Celtics and the Lakers can really make that push to see who's going to get 18 before the other. Like, will the Lakers surpass the Celtics? Because it was us for the longest. They weren't even close, but they pulled a lot of championships over the last what? How many years would you say? It was 20 years. They got quite a few championships with Kobe with Kobe. So I can't ever go for the Lakers. Like, I like LeBron as a person, but I can't support him while he's playing for the Lakers. I just can't do it.
That's listen, spoken like a true Celtic fan. Like you're not supposed to.
But I respect what he does. I respect his game. He's a
Mhm.
beast. I respect just like Kobe. I can't take away from what he did for the game.
Right,
You know
right.
what I mean? Like, I have to give respect to them, but I cannot do the support to any Lakers. Like, nah, I can't do it. Salute Bishop. Um, thanks for stopping by. We got Celtics Green in the building. That's the name he got up there, but that is none other than Fresh Breezy.
Breeze was good.
What up, bro?
I see you with your Celtic shot glass. You didn't bring me one.
Oh, I got you. Hold on.
No, you don't have to. I love my husband. He just come. He be like, "All right, I got you."
You know what? I got some Fireball whiskey. I might take some shots with y'all tonight.
Yeah, do that. So we here to talk about basketball. Like, I'm not.
Give me a second. I'll be right back.
I'm just gonna talk.
All right.
I'm not the most polished or the most seasoned person as far as the basketball statistics and history and all that. Like, there's some things that I know, more Celtic based stuff. That's what I'm talking about. We bleed green up in here. You hear me? People that be in Boston, they pass through Boston, they bring us back stuff, y'all. They know how we do. I just didn't feel like changing my shirt. So he gave me a half a shot. See how you do me?
You don't drink Hennessy. Just
Oh,
drink up.
he heard me, y'all. He heard me. Oh, I'm gonna need another one though, because Uncle B went to go get his shot so he can take one with him.
You got your favorite.
You can hear me?
We can hear you loud and
Oh,
clear.
okay.
You guys, please let me know if at any time you stop hearing me,
I'm
anything
back.
gets distorted, if any of the audio starts to get choppy. I have been trying to troubleshoot some of my equipment, so I'm relying on the chat to keep me posted if you see any major changes in the audio. I'm hearing
All
an
right.
echo somewhere. I think. Oh, Breezy, you must got your screen on and your phone
Oh
on.
yeah, my bad.
My boo. Yes, hit the like button, like, share, subscribe, comment, do all that good stuff. So let's talk basketball. Let's talk say his name for me, Fresh Breezy.
Ime Udoka.
Udoka. That's right. I was very, very excited to watch how he turned the season around for the Celtics last year. Like, it was a we finished strong. Of course, it was disappointment because we didn't bring home the chip, but nobody even expected us to get as far as we got. We were expected to be taken down by teams like Philly or what is Giannis play? Milwaukee,
Bro.
and we breezed through a lot of these teams, with I won't say with, but we definitely held our own. So here we are set to start in less than 30 days. The NBA season, 2022-23 NBA season. We already have Robert Williams out for what, 12 weeks?
Yep.
Um,
Yeah.
we lost
Danilo Gallinari.
we lost Gallinari, but we acquired Carmelo.
No, did we?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, they did.
Y'all
Okay,
got
I missed
Melo.
that. I know
That
they
that
was talking
played a
about doing it. I missed that.
that played a big part with
Okay.
Gallinari being out for the season. So he's out
Right.
for the season. Acquiring Carmelo was a big part of was a big reason why that happened.
Right.
So things were looking good. I want to say, and Breezy, correct me if I'm wrong. I want to say the Celtics were favored by a lot,
By a lot. Yep.
actually
In Vegas. Yep.
win, yes, to win this season's championship.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know y'all were rated that high.
Yeah. Yeah. The
Yeah, there was
acquisitions
a lot
that we
of
got on the off
acquisition.
season.
Yes, they were
Yeah.
expected to have a very good season, and a lot of high praise to the head coach, at the time. But as of
Yeah.
yesterday, now he is suspended for a full season, and Joe Mazzulla is
Missoula.
is stepping in. So starting with let's start with Uncle B. When you first heard this story, what was your initial reaction? Because I know that we heard that it was coming down, that it was going to be some type of disciplinary action or a violation um, coming. But once it came, what was your initial reaction to it? And then first, Breezy, you can jump in right after.
All right. So first, let me say I know there seems to be a lot of information missing in the case, but I will say I didn't hear it when it was first released. So I just kind of came in with I guess with more stuff out, and at the point that I heard it was that it was a consensual relationship with a female employee,
Mhm.
and he was going to be suspended for a year, but they weren't firing him.
Right.
So that's the first thing that I heard. Like I heard all of that at one time,
It was
and
so close
so
together, so it wasn't a lot of time. It was literally within like 24 hours of the announcement
okay,
on the 21st, and then the 22nd, the suspension was handed down. So a lot of people just heard it at the same point you did.
okay. So now what I'm hearing though is there might be a non-consensual situation, which I'm
Ooh.
confused. I'm confused on what's actually happening,
Right.
right? Like because one, like it was definitely released as it was a consensual relationship. So it's just kind of weird. But I do know Ime Udoka, like before all of this was released, to me, like even as a competitor to the Celtics, the dude is an excellent coach.
Mhm.
Um, I never heard anything about him prior to this. His image you know, was good as far as I'm concerned. So it just it's going to be interesting to find out what the narrative really is. Is it
When the real
consensual?
details come out. Yeah,
Exactly.
that will be interesting. But you hit on something important. So what I read most recently is that it started off as a consensual relationship, but at
Right.
some point there were unwanted, you know, commentary and gestures on his part towards this subordinate
Right.
employee. So she's his subordinate.
Lady Fresh, explain what subordinate is for our people in the back.
Meaning he's the head coach and she has a position of a lesser role.
There
So,
you go.
for
Right.
instance, we all play subordinate to someone. There's usually someone above us. If we work in a regular job, you may be I don't know, cashier. So your shift manager is above you. Above the shift manager is the district manager, regional manager. So everybody plays a role. And so apparently this young lady, which they have not divulged the identity of yet. I heard that there's a lot of speculation, of course, on social media, because that's what social media does, of who this person may be. It is not the from what I hear, it's not the assistant coach, the female assistant coach on the team. So it means it's somebody even more subordinate. And so she apparently did not want any further advances from him. And now there was an investigation launched as far back as what I understand, like July.
July.
Yeah, like so the investigation into this was launched back in July. And the Celtics organization, chose to try to deal with it. They actually offered him to resign and he decided not to. He took his chances. And so now it's out there. So I know Breezy, I heard you all morning. Actually woke me up.
On fire.
He has a very Breezy likes to talk to the TV. Like they hear him or respond. And all I could hear him, and I'm assuming Stephen A. Smith was probably on the screen because that just sound like you talking to him. You were really animated this morning. So tell us what was transpiring this morning when you were yelling at the TV and what your thoughts were initially. I want to know what your initial thoughts were because most people changed at some point.
Right. Well, my initial thought was I'm not gonna speculate because my thing I thought, okay, there's something going on. It has to be something behind it for them to do what they were doing because I was first on the assumption that they leaked the story. That was my only issue with the Celtics. Like, why would you leak it? But as time went on, it was shown that it was a legitimate gripe. But my thing still was like not jumping into it. A lot of my friends, they text me, of course, being a Celtics fan. Look how they doing the black man. I'm like, what are you talking about? So my first thing really was like something really happened for them to do this. Then learning later on that it was a long investigation over months, I just like, there's definitely something going on. My thing is, you could point out to the Celtics, and I don't think they handled it correctly, but Ime did that to himself. People have to start taking responsibility for what they do. Doesn't matter who did what, how it turned out. You did this. I mean, at some point before he did what he did, he had to realize. Think like, oh, this could jeopardize my job. It could mess my family up. It could have me away from my kid. But he chose to do it. So I don't get everybody mad at the Celtics and going off at the Celtics with, they shouldn't have outed him and all of this. I mean, the Celtics organization is bigger than Ime Udoka.
Right.
And my thing is too, like I said, he put himself in this position. We could say what the Celtics should have did, how they could have handled it and everything, but ultimately he did it. And just for the people that keep on saying and putting out that narrative that, oh, the Celtics is racist. Yes, Boston their history is racist city.
Yes,
we all know that. Yeah, the history is racist, but it has nothing to do with the organization. The Celtics was the first team that had a black player when the NBA merged. They were the first team to hire a black coach. Our last 10 championships are under black coaches. The intern that took over for Ime Udoka is black. So y'all need to stop with the race card shit. I don't like that.
That's so true. There is a lot of black staff.
Yeah.
Amongst the Celtics organization. We won championships with a black coach.
Right.
Yeah.
The only other coach that I could think of that was not of color that won a championship for the Celtics, anybody can correct me if I'm wrong, I believe it was Dave Cowens, I'm not sure, and Red Auerbach. As far as I know, the rest of them were black. Casey Jones, me growing up in the 70s and 80s, it was Casey Jones. Then we went with Doc Rivers, and we almost won with Udoka. So it's not about race. Y'all need to stop that.
No, I definitely agree. Were you about to say something, Boogie? About to call you by your name.
Hey, Lady Fresh, if you get a chance, drop this the link in the stream yards. I think Doc wanna come up. He couldn't come up
I
being that
sent it to him.
he doesn't have a YouTube channel and it was sent to him too late. So I don't know if he can come up with the
It's,
link
I
in the
don't think
chat.
it's gonna be any different.
It
But I'll
won't
send.
be any different. Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to not drop as often in the
Right.
chat
Right.
because I have to go through so much because people want to be porn bombing. But I use my overlays.
Yeah, that porn bomber had to be a Lakers or Knicks fan. Had to be.
Oh,
Hey, can you hear me?
Uncle B, I think that was a shot.
Hit the link, Doc.
We can hear you.
Oh, you can hear me?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. It looked like I had lost y'all for a minute.
Oh, no, it's all good.
Yeah, that was funny, fresh.
Funny fresh. Yeah. Ain't he funny?
Yeah, he's funny.
He a funny dude.
Nah, I agree generally with everything that Fresh is saying. I you know, it'll be interesting once we get all of the facts of everything connected because it's just really weird. I think the biggest thing that the Celtics did was I mean,
Not
it's
giving
just
out
to
the
me it
proper
doesn't.
information. Because it has everybody guessing. They're assuming these different women in the organization is a person. So that's my issue with the Celtics. Like, y'all have to give us a little bit more. But like I said, I
Yeah,
knew it
kind of.
was something deeper for them to be
Yes, you
going
knew
through.
because
It's
yes,
something
and
deeper.
they brought in
They
outside
brought an outside
attorneys,
law firm to
investigation.
investigate. And
Yeah,
then,
they didn't use in-house attorneys. They brought an outside,
exactly,
unbiased,
exactly.
to come in and do this investigation over the last several months.
But then you got to realize, too, if anybody knows Matt Barnes, shout out to him, he had a fit when he first heard of the situation. He changed his mind. He said it's
He never
messier than you think. And for him to say that, because from what I'm understanding, everybody in the league basically knows what happened. The team, everybody in the team know what was going on for months. And for Matt Barnes to turn around and change his opinion on this tells me that it's something deeper than what we know. And that's the reason of them getting rid of him. They're gonna fire him. That's another thing. They should have just fired him. It's something that he did. I mean, come on, people. You got to think. We almost won a chip last year. Why would they get rid or put their head coach out there like that? It's something that they cannot duck. I'm sure they tried every angle of sweeping this under the carpet, but something's going to come out where it's going to blow everyone's mind.
Yeah, I don't think that they're completely done with the investigation.
no.
That's why
No,
he
but
wasn't.
you know what?
He wasn't fired. They offered him the
Exactly.
option to step down. I
Exactly.
don't think that they're completely done with the investigation.
When they're done with it, then they'll make a decision. That's why they
Well,
didn't
here's
put
the thing.
anything
So
on
let
the
me, but
table about him coming back.
let me say one thing. What do you think the whole consensual angle was to begin with then? Because I'm curious about that. Like why would that come out? Why would the Celtics like did y'all put that did y'all release it like
Well,
that it was
From
consensual?
what I understand, and like I said, in the beginning, my issue was them putting it out there. Like they could have
Right.
handled that, behind the scenes. But from what I'm
But do you
understanding,
think? But what
someone from the
I'm saying,
organization,
you think that was a mistake? Do you think that was a mistake that they did that, or did they
a
do that on
mistake,
They're
a
purpose?
saying they
mistake
didn't do it.
as far as what?
They didn't
As
do
saying
it.
that was
They didn't do it.
consensual?
Someone
They
in the
didn't do it. Someone
organization
else.
did it, but the
Someone
front
else.
office had no ties to that. And that was my issue with
Oh,
Stephen A. Smith, that you keep on saying they put this man's business out there. They didn't do it. This investigation been going on since July. The whole franchise organization knew what was going on, that it was an investigation on. Someone in that organization leaked it.
Probably
It
said
wasn't the
somebody
front
leaked it.
office, though. So you
It
can't
wasn't the front office.
say
Yeah.
that to them. You
yeah,
can't say that to
it's
them.
being reported. Yeah, it's being reported like it was the front office. That's where.
Right.
No,
And
the
it wasn't.
owner cleared that up. He was
Right.
like,
And that
no
was my
one.
issue. That was
We
my
did not
only
release
issue.
that.
Like, why would y'all leak this? But they didn't do it. But you
Oh,
see,
so Malika Andrews is right then,
the
because
thing is that the whole team in the franchise, everybody knew what was going on with this affair or this consensual relationship. Everyone knew, so they weren't surprised. So that means everyone knowing somebody leaked it, whether it was for money, TMZ, or whoever reported on it first. But the front office had
Yeah,
nothing to do with that. And it makes sense for them not to. Why would you put your franchise in jeopardy? Why would you? I'm sure they tried everything in their power for this not to come out.
Yeah, for it to be
We're
able
not
to
a
be
losing team.
contained from July until now.
Right. We're not a losing
They
team.
had they put
Right.
a pin in it as long as they could. And they probably wasn't even fully done with. They just knew there was a violation.
Exactly.
This is my only issue. Because, like you said, he did it.
Yeah,
he accepted the punishment.
Yeah.
Right, that's what
One more thing, right quick.
This is my only issue.
Right quick. One more thing. The owner said that he insinuated. I won't say verbatim what he said, but he said in a way that Ime was thankful the way they handled it.
It did kind of sound
right.
like
So that tells you something. That tells you something.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
my only thing with all of this is that according to the owner, they don't have anything documented or structured to handle whatever this situation was. So there was a violation, yes, but they didn't have a punishment documented, whatever this was. So they came up with the 1 year because
but it might be something so crazy that they didn't have a game plan for that.
Right. Well,
we never even thought this could happen. So there's no punishment. We'll give them a year. And I was even thinking like maybe after a few games they'd be like, okay, we lifted the suspension. Who knows?
Right.
Yeah.
But I am definitely comfortable with the interim coach. He's been there for 3 years.
Yes.
Okay.
So
I'm not worried about
the youngest head coach.
He came up with the defensive strategy with Udoka. He has the respect of Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown because he's been there for 3 years. So to me, the way that we overcame that controversy last year, we could do it again this year. The only thing is going to be the outside noise. If they can close that off,
my next question for you is with Joe Mazzulla coming in, very young. He's younger than me. You know what I mean? He's young. He's been with the Celtics now since 2019. He's been assistant coach there. He was a head coach
before the head coach was there. Right.
He was actually a head coach for a college team,
Western Virginia,
Fairmont State. Took them. It was a Division 2 team.
Right.
Took them, pretty far where they fell in the first round.
Right. He played for Western Virginia. Right.
Yes. So, and his father actually was a coach as well.
Right.
So it's in his blood.
It's in his blood.
He has a lot of respect from the Celtics organization and the players.
Right. And Utah wanted to grab him.
Right.
Utah was on the list trying to grab him.
Older than some of the players on the Celtics. I mean, he's still, but do you feel, and I'll ask you, Breezy, because you're familiar with him. Do you feel that the Celtics are in good hands? Because, and I asked that because the initial question was, will Brad Stevens come out of the back office, the front office, come back down and coach? Which I personally did not want him to do that. Because as far as he could take us, and I feel like I can't never say his name right. He came in and he did his job to take us to the next level. How are you feeling about Joe Mazzulla taking over? Do you think he'll be able to get the respect that he deserves from the rest of the Celtics players?
I think he will. I actually think it's going to be a blessing in disguise. Personally, like you said, he's been there for 3 years. He knows the players. I've watched him coach in summer league, and I dig him.
Yes, he was a coach.
His fresh new blood, and like I said, last year they fought through that controversy and made it to the championship, which no one thought they would do. I didn't even think they would do. I called Golden State in summer league last year, so they really did good. And this is just another test for them young guys to rise above the bullshit. I mean, like I said, when Ime came last year and he put that defensive strategy in, Mazzulla was with him. So he knows the strategy we want to use. As far as Brad Stevens, I would die if he came back to be the coach of the Celtics.
He said he's absolutely not coming back.
Right.
You don't have to worry about it. You calling for Brad Stevens to get the hell out of there.
Right. How many
he's
years?
in the right place, though.
He's an offensive genius. But
Yeah,
you
but I
don't
think
win with offense. You have to have
he's
some type of
beneficial in the
defense.
front office. I think he's beneficial in the front office.
Oh yeah, he's definitely definitely. But you have to win with defense. He's not a defensive minded coach. Udoka is, and Missoula is under him, and he's a defense. So I would die if Stevens came back. I
Well,
would just want him to
I
stay
know.
in the front office.
if
He's
I,
doing good moves.
if
Danny Ainge
Missoula,
showed him the ropes. So just stay there. I
Two
really
Gunny
believe the
Light
Celtics
Body
is going to be
salute.
okay this year. I think they're going to really surprise some people with this coach.
yeah, if he's like, been under the radar, like y'all said, and most people don't
Oh
know
yeah.
him, then that's probably why most people speculate it is Brad Stevens going to come and coach. If they
Right.
knew what y'all knew, they probably would be just as
Right.
as
And I
comfortable.
felt
So
like it was like that for me. It was like that when he came over from where'd he come from? San Antonio?
Who, Udoka?
Yeah.
He came from
I was
Brooklyn.
like,
He was in Brooklyn last
yeah,
year.
he's at Brooklyn last.
The
And I'm
year
like,
before last.
where he come from? Like, he was a very good assistant coach.
Of course, he came on with
okay,
Greg
He
Popovich.
came, wait, Popovich, right?
Anybody
Yeah,
coming from
So
up under
I
him.
he
feel like
played for
Missoula,
Pop.
And that's another thing. Let
yes,
me
he
say
played
this
for
right
Pop.
quick.
He played, but I feel like
Popovich had
Missoula's
no
kind of,
comment with this. That says a lot to me.
you said what?
That's true.
That
That's true.
Popovich rides for his people. He had nothing to say. Not even just a kind word. That said a lot to me.
Well,
He
I
speaks
mean,
out for his people.
It's still early. It's
And
still
the Becky
early.
Ham, right? He's gonna wait like everybody else should have, and like I'm doing. Wait for all the facts to come out. It's
Everything.
definitely
right,
something
and what
that's
can
going
you
on.
say? I mean,
There's
there's
something
nothing
going on.
anybody can say. That is
Yeah.
a situation that is between the Celtics organization, that coach, and his girl Nia Long.
Right.
Like
And
that.
everybody talking about, well, he just got fired for getting sex, for messing with, getting pee. No, it's something else. It's something else. See, and people have to think.
Yeah, it's
You don't think the Celtics will do anything and everything in their power to sweep this under the rug?
they have
couldn't.
been
They
they have been
couldn't.
since July. They
Right,
have
and it's still
been-
stuff that's going to come
and it's
out.
still come out. Yeah,
Right.
in this day and age.
Exactly. And this day, there you go. This day and
Not-
age.
Yes, this day and age.
You
scandals
can't do stuff
not
like
go,
that.
Undercover like this. Like it's just
It's not going to happen.
Right. Yeah. It's definitely a weird situation, man. Like, I'm sure information will come out daily.
Oh, yeah.
No, Jay Savage, absolutely not. He specifically said
No,
during the press
it
conference
wasn't him.
today that he absolutely will not be returning to the bench. He will remain in the in the front office, that he'll give Missoula all the support and guidance that he needs, but he's not coming back as the coach. And I don't believe that Brad Stevens.
He doesn't have the desire to do that. He didn't have the desire the last 2-3 years he was there coaching. You can see it in his face.
The fact that they were able to put a pin in it, if the investigation has been going on as long as they say it has been, it is the Celtics organization did a wonderful job with containing this story.
Yeah.
For it to come out nearly October, just before opening day, which the Celtics will be taking on.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I mean? They're the first game of the season. So for them to have been able to keep this story under wraps for as long as it's some really funky shit going on.
Yeah,
You know what's interesting? The media outlets seem to know about this too. Like the way that they spoke about the story was as if,
I'm sure
everyone knows.
Everybody knew about that. Yeah.
Said today, everyone knows who it is and what happened. We just don't know. We're the public.
Right.
So you know how media, like the actual media, the people that have the microphones that be around, you know how that works, right? They contact you like, look, I got this story. I'm dropping it in 24 hours.
Right.
So what you gonna do?
Yeah.
That's why it probably came out on the 21st that a disciplinary action was going to be taken against this coach, because they knew that it was going to come out. So it hasn't come out yet. Whatever it is hasn't come out yet. We're getting little bits and bits.
I believe that the Celtics waited for this to like bubble up and then scramble to do that live conference today.
I'm sure
that's what I really believe.
Well, they knew that they were going to have to do
Right,
the
they
podcast
knew it, but
last
they
night.
were waiting for the water
Yeah,
to
they
start
knew that they were
boiling.
gonna. They knew they were gonna have to do it last night
Yeah.
after they announced his
Oh yeah,
suspension
yep,
because everybody.
yep.
When it came across my phone, the first thing I said was, "What the fuck? Like, what could have possibly?"
So what do you think is it? What do you think is going to come? What do you think is going to come out?
It's something freaky.
It's
I
gonna
can
be
bet you
some
that.
Miku shit.
I
It's
have
gonna
so
be
I have
some
a feeling it was something probably in the facilities, something really weird. Because like you said, Lady Fresh, for them not to have like a criteria of the this goes with that, as far as
Right.
punishment, this tells me that it's something that they didn't even have, they probably never thought of, like what the hell? And then for Matt Barnes to say it's messy, y'all have no idea. And remember, this the guy that ran up on Derek Fisher.
I
Yeah,
tell
right.
I know,
So
right,
he
right,
know
right.
messy. He know messy.
That
For
was
him to react
that's
like
messy
that,
right
it's
there.
something crazy. It's something
Yeah.
crazy.
And then you still got that unfortunate thing, and like I said, I don't believe in like shift and blame, and
Right.
it took two parties to be engaged.
Exactly.
However, with him being a superior and her being a subordinate, like to me sometimes, and it's not all the time, sometimes the subordinate is the one with the power.
Oh yeah.
And you know why
Oh,
I
yeah.
say that is even though he could have been like, yo, I'm the
I
coach.
got it one time. Peace. He's
Right.
like, oh
He was
no.
like, oh no, motherfucker.
No. I'm about to sue this organization.
Right. And not
I'm
right.
about to
And
do
not only
this.
you gonna lose your job,
You're gonna lose your job. I'm gonna drag the
gonna
Celtics
get
through
up.
the mud.
And I'm
They
not
have to
saying
protect
at all.
themselves.
I'm not, and let me be very clear. I am not saying that is the case.
Right. We don't know. We don't know.
Because we are dealing with this situation that is so public and we don't know the details. I'm just saying how many different directions this could go. It could be that he was, dealing with this woman and then she was like, okay, I can't do this no more. And
Right.
he could have been an asshole and been like, well, I'm going to get you fired, or I'm going to take you off of this assignment, or you can't travel with the team no more.
Right.
You can't. It's very well possible that
Right.
it could have been either way. And so until things come out, we won't really know. But I suspect that they have that the organization believes that it's leaning more one way than the other.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. And like I said, it all comes down to none of this would have happened
if he just would have kept his dick in his pants.
That's it. Just like Brittany Griner.
Right.
You can't fucking judge your punishment. You knew damn
Right.
well you can't take that shit over there in that country. You did it. Now you got 8 years.
9.
You can't. How you gonna cry? Just like Ime. You knew if you was gonna do that. You knew from the beginning. This could cost you your job, embarrass you. You might not be able to live with your child no more. You knew all of this, and you still did it. So I don't give a fuck about all that. You did that to yourself, and people got to start taking responsibility for what the fuck they do. Period.
What you do, absolutely.
Period.
You know what? I agree. I will say though, certain institutions though have a lot of power. Like,
don't put yourself in that position, bro.
That's
don't
true.
give
That's
them
true.
don't give them the power to do it.
If anything, don't select a female in the organization.
Right. All that money you making, you could have slid off with some little hood rat from around the corner from Boston Garden, my nigga.
No, that's the thing to me.
Yeah.
It's like it had to be her.
It had to be her. You see what the problem is? People get this power and think they could do what the fuck
they think they can do what they want. No, I agree. I definitely agree with that.
That's the problem.
I definitely agree with that.
So that shows his character.
But a lot of people,
I don't want to bash the brother, but that shows just how you think.
But a lot of people,
you can lose some shit, but fuck it, I got the power. I'm gonna do what I want.
Be mad at the Celtics for like
right, and then you mad. That's what I'm saying. Now we're
gonna be mad at
like you.
Well, no, not even that.
Crazy,
not even that.
It's
I
crazy.
think just for not like
controlling yourself.
Not doing something about the initial knowledge that they had that everybody was commenting on. I guess knew that they had a relationship for a long time.
And that's what I've been hearing. Everybody like Perkins, a few people like that have been going on in the league. It goes on the NFL, MLB. Right. It does, but them people ain't get caught. What happens when you get caught?
Oh no! I thought they was trying to say that people knew about this relationship.
They did. They
years.
did.
Like,
No,
okay.
he's saying that he
Just in-
believes that the organization knew about the relationship before the initial investigation.
Oh no, not
don't
like
think-
the front office, but
Yeah.
from what I'm hearing,
the locker room probably
players,
talk.
yeah, the players and the coaching
Okay.
staff knew.
They may have known.
Right, they knew, but
That's
like the
why the
front office
investigation
didn't know.
lasted from July till now.
Right.
It's like they're trying to, and that's why Matt Barnes said it. And for him to rescind,
For him to say that,
Matt Barnes
rescind
something that he said, that says a lot.
and he said it's very messy.
He said it's
That's
very
scary
messy.
for him to say that.
And for him to say that, that means it's messier than his shit. And his
Right,
shit,
than his shit.
it was bad. That was a whole clip. I haven't heard anything scandalous in the NBA like that since then.
But you see,
I like that.
But you see, the thing is though, is ways to do stuff, because you can have a relationship if you're on the same franchise. You just have to let it be known. Jeannie Buss is still with Phil Jackson. When he was the coach, when he was the general manager with the Lakers, she was dealing with him.
But he was a single man.
But
it's different.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
There was no this to be out in the open, because you are with one of the most notable.
But that goes back to me,
African American, beloved female African American actresses.
Oh yeah.
In the world,
they tear his ass up on social media. In fact, they tear him up.
You never really heard Nia Long talk much about her personal life. So once it wasn't until he came to the Celtics that I was like, oh wow.
And that's a fact.
Yeah,
that's a fact. What Jay Savage
I saw her on the bench. I was like, oh wow, I didn't know that was his woman. They had a whole kid together and was together for some time.
For years, yeah.
And then from what I understand, Nia Long just moved to Boston. She wasn't living in Boston all last season. Right. She just relocated full time like recently, and this investigation was going on. Like it's messy.
Yeah, definitely. It definitely is. I can't wait to hear the facts.
Oh yeah,
because
it's gonna come out.
there's so many different angles where you can see support for either side. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of weird. You know what I mean? It's just.
But for them not to say who the woman was, because they both violated.
Right.
But he's the only one being. He is the only one being.
But that would tells you that it's something else behind it. For them not even to name the other person.
Well, I think that's because mostly a lot of times, with women, yeah. But I mean,
they said it in the thing today. You have to protect.
They said what?
They said that today in the press conference, that they have to protect women. Right. They have to support when we got to be supportive.
But my thing is, protect them when they ain't wrong, or they weren't.
But see, this is
because
I don't understand.
You can't just punish one person.
She's a subordinate.
It had to be.
Gotta be careful. She's a subordinate. They got to be careful.
Right, but still, and that's what I'm saying. It had to be more entire organization. Because if she did some, I'm sure they would get her too. He's more valuable to the team than she is.
He's the only one.
It must have been something that he did.
That's what I'm thinking. If he's the only one being punished,
it's something.
It should be something that
some fucked up shit, but
that
maybe it's just
savage facts.
She wasn't under the guidelines of we got to get rid of her. It's something that he did more because he wasn't even under those guidelines. Maybe 40 games, 30 games, but he did something more.
But
he's not
even under that guidelines. They just made that up.
Right, because the fact, that's what I'm saying. Because
we don't even know. We don't even really know if they're not punishing her, right? Because if they're not telling her.
It said in the state. It said in the
that he's the only one.
Yeah,
he's the only one at this time. So that doesn't mean that she can't be, but they have to be careful because she's a subordinate of his. So they got to be careful as an organization that they don't step on too many toes.
Oh yeah, that investigation got to.
Because that'd be the worst thing. Oh, they protecting the dude that did this to a woman. That's all that organization needs.
Right, and he wasn't even fired. He was only suspended for the year.
Right.
So the most dangerous thing about that is that, in the society we live in today, this whole
Me Too.
no need for facts kind of situation is kind of
It's
scary.
really messed up.
So yeah, so they definitely, I agree. Y'all got to walk a fine line, but
They have to, and it's unfortunate sometimes because she could really be
Man,
a
it's a $1
scumbag.
billion organization. They ain't fucking that up for nobody. Be you black, Chinese, white, yellow, purple. Come on now, stop it. That shit is about green. That the only color they worry about is green, and they're gonna protect that by all means.
This is
Hey, I
very.
don't.
This feels very Me Too.
Yeah, it's something. I'm telling you, it's something.
But
I told you that
I
earlier.
mean, we
It's
can
something.
only. It's only speculation now. Until those facts come out,
Right.
like it'll everybody will have an opinion,
Like I
but it
said, if the
definitely,
Celtics could have swept this under the rug, I'm sure they
yeah.
looked at every option to do it, to make it as less as it is now, but they couldn't do it.
I think they would have as well too. For it, like I said, for it to be under wraps, for so many people to be aware.
Right. They've been
this
doing that shit for
investigation
months.
is going on, for
Right.
them to be able to keep it out the press as long.
They just got out the damn championship. When
Right.
the damn investigation was going on.
They've been greasing some palms or something all
Come
this
on.
time.
Yeah.
If you could have found a way to make it work with a winning
Who
fucking
leaked it?
coach,
Like who leaked it again?
we don't know.
Somebody
who
in
leaked it,
the
but somebody who knew
somebody in
about
the organization. No
I'm not
one in
gonna
the
say-
front office.
I'm not gonna say it
Not
was
the
somebody
owners,
in the
not like
organization.
nobody, like somebody. It could have been a ball boy. It could have been a towel girl.
been
It
somebody
could have
that
been a
know her.
fucking equipment manager. Somebody.
No, it could have been somebody that know her. We don't know.
It could have been her friend, right? It could have been
her
anybody.
friend. Somebody. But
But
Yeah,
the front office didn't do it. That was my
it was
only
somebody
issue with
close
it.
though. I do think it was somebody close because
Oh
they
yeah,
had
definitely.
time
the information, it had to be somebody's.
time to say disciplinary action is coming down for him. They knew it was going to come out.
Uh-huh.
So it's just a matter of time when we start finding out more details, because
Right.
not until a couple hours ago did we even know that they said that it was consensual, but
Right.
at some point he began to give her unwarranted and unwanted
Yeah. They
advance.
might have got drunk one night. It happened.
He went too far.
And now he think, yeah, I could get that one. You don't know. We don't know. We don't know.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Like it's there's so many angles this could go at, but I definitely agree with y'all. I think it's definitely leaning to something that he did more.
Oh yeah, it's something. It's some freaky
extra
shit.
based off the the fact that they're saying you're suspended a year.
It's gonna have to be because for the and yes, to answer your question, Jay Savage, I did get a chance to listen to your session this afternoon, and I was in there jamming. I didn't even know a lot of those tunes came from Detroit. So that was actually really cool. So shout out to you for that, Jay. For those of you who don't know, Jay Savage plays music on AMP.
Drop your information, Jay.
On Friday. Is it Tuesday and Friday or Monday and Friday? You can specify in the chat, but
drop your
at 12:07. And it's actually really cool, real laid back.
Yeah, it's laid back.
I had a nice time. I can do other things and have the music playing.
That's right.
It's really cool. So yeah, thanks for sharing that with us. I look forward to the next episode.
And the Celtics shot on you, bro.
I know. Can I have another one?
I got you.
But yeah, so I said whatever comes out, it has to be major. And the reason I say that is because for the Celtics to not have a specific disciplinary action created for whatever happened, and then for them to punish him as harsh as they did, so whatever comes out, it needs to be true with proof of whatever he did, and it has to be big. Like, I don't know, they got 4 babies somewhere and he slept with her sister too, or they was like, boning all over the stadium and was having menages with other, like it has to be something massive, because if it's not, and they punished this man the same way that they punished a racist not too long ago for the Arizona the Phoenix Suns, then they're gonna be
that was a play though.
That they're gonna be looked at crazy.
The racist thing, that was a play with Adam Silver. Shout out to him. He's like the the commissioner in sports.
I like him.
That
like
was absolutely a play. He was disgusted, and he did that on purpose. He only gave that man a year because he knew that the players was going to get involved.
Yo,
He didn't want to ruffle the ownership.
Draymond Green was brilliant.
Draymond Green.
Yes.
Draymond, salute to him.
Salute to him. I got to give him props.
He told whatever owners feel that he needs to be put out, stand up.
Right.
The owners don't want to do that.
Oh, no. Of course they don't.
And, of course, Sarver didn't want to put them in that position. So now he's selling the team.
Yo, that's what I thought. I was like, yo, that's some mob shit right there.
That was it.
Like, that's how Trump was supposed to do it.
Bro, did you see when Adam Silver did that interview? When he told him what the punishment was? His face was like, he was horrified.
He couldn't believe
he had to say that. You could tell that he was uncomfortable with it.
Yeah.
And he said, I have more power to suspend him for more years. But I felt a year would be good enough. Because he knew that them players was going to get on that ass. He don't have to be the bad guy. He knew it was wrong.
And see, I can respect what Draymond did and as players, they do. Something I wish
you have to put people out and be accountable. You have to be accountable.
I wish people see things like that in the NFL because that goes to show you the power that the players can have.
Yep.
They speak up and have each other's back. So yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, Draymond, yo, man.
Okay, so Jay Savage just dropped his information in the chat, you guys.
Yeah, check out Jay joint, man.
He plays on Tuesdays and Fridays at 2:07 Eastern Standard Time. He plays music, and the app is called AMP. I believe it's a subsidiary of Amazon. So you use your Amazon credentials to log in. And there's the chat, so you guys just take that down so you can follow Jay Savage. But that was really cool, Jay. I can't wait till Tuesday. I don't have to work on Tuesday, so I'll be able to really enjoy it. Are you gonna tell us what you playing on Tuesday? Do you know yet? Because you just did like some Southern stuff Tuesday, last Tuesday, and you did Detroit today. So what we got coming out?
Yeah, he played some music this last one. I never even heard of it, but it was cool.
Yeah, we promote everybody around here. Again, real quick, I'm going to go ahead and put my Cash App on the screen. Anybody who wants to donate to the machine, feel free to donate on Cash App at #IamLadyFresh. We're talking about the Boston Celtics head coach being suspended for a full year after reports and investigations being done about an inappropriate relationship with a subordinate female employee in the organization. We don't have who that person is or all the full details, but the Celtics handed down a pretty handed down a pretty decent.
Harsh.
I want to say it's hard. It's harsh now until we find out what happened. And then
we don't know. Right.
Yeah, then we'll be able to say, oh, they gave him that. But I see. My thought is, they still have respect for this.
Oh yeah,
because they gave him a year suspension, which he doesn't have any obligation to stay. He's not obligated to not take another job either. So he has the freedom.
Well, the thing is, they have him looped up in a contract because he's just suspended. But I'm sure.
Yes. However,
I really have a feeling the year is not going to hold up. They'll cut it short. If they don't cut it short, they'll let him go.
He's under contract. However, he can resign at any time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So
that's what I'm saying.
He has the ability to
think.
And we don't know.
Why hasn't he done that?
He took his chance. But see, that makes me think if he knew that this could come out and he did not step down, like he must have felt like, I don't know. I just don't feel like he would take the chance of it coming out.
Well, it might not be as bad to him as it is to them, but I'm sure they're still investigating. It might be things that was said against him as false, because I don't understand. Like, if that was me in a position, I would just resign. You know, they got you looming. You don't know if you're going to be back next year. You don't know if they might cut the sentence short. You don't know.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
he's gonna look for another job
guess,
if he wants.
but I guess he felt like if they was going to take a chance and keep him after that year, then he'd rather just go through it
Right.
and
And maybe,
have a
right,
job.
maybe
You
he's
know what I
just
mean?
taking his punishment like a man.
Yeah, and
Right.
which they said he is.
Right.
He
Said that he had
right.
nothing.
And then
He
they,
said
you
he
know,
would say nothing else. Yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it might just be the details of what happened might just be, I don't know, it might be like Marv Albert like he did some real freaky
Yeah.
type shit
Yeah.
that they like, yo, that's crazy, but it's just personal. He could get
But
over it. We
like
don't know.
what
We don't know.
though? Like what? It can't. I don't feel like it can't be just.
Well,
No,
Marv
seriously.
Albert had on a
No, but
lingerie
it can't
outfit,
be. But see,
and
you
bit a
can't.
lady on the back.
Okay,
So that's crazy. They
That was
suspended him for
crazy.
what, bro? Like a year or something?
but you're
Yeah.
suspending somebody over. So then it's no longer about the violation. You're suspending him based on his perverted sexual.
But it might. I mean, if you bite somebody being perverted, that's like a little harder than just being perverted. We don't know. That's my
If
point.
it
I'm
was
just talking
welcomed,
shit.
if it was welcomed, but see, that's where I'm confused.
We don't know.
Now it's gonna be about something being wrong done to her.
And see the thing,
unwanted being done. It can't be
Right.
just based on perversion, because in this day and age, perversion is normal. So they can't just be like, you fired because y'all had sex and you peed on her.
but like Jay just said in the chat, that's true too. That's true.
Salute.
They might
salute
be trying to
72C.
protect themselves from a lawsuit from him. That's why they didn't fully
Right.
fire him. We don't know.
They could be like, oh,
That's what I'm saying. My thing is like
with the
hoping that
Celtics
right now. Let us know more. Let us know more.
The Celtics not gonna let you know nothing. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Right.
They could, because it's probably something so crazy they can't even spin a narrative. It's gonna come out through the blogs.
But it's something where it ain't that crazy where they're keeping this guy. That's my point. It's like, if it was so bad, fire him and get him the fuck out of here. No, we're gonna suspend you.
Investigation.
And see what happens.
Investigation.
They're not even sure after the
just got
suspension
enough
he's gonna be the coach.
information to know that he was in a relationship with this woman, and that is a violation. And then whatever other information they have, they use that as a basis to implement his suspension. But it can't just be he put on a thong. It has to be like,
right. That's what I said. He put on a thong and he bit her on that Marv Albert shit. No, but we don't know. That's my thing.
It gotta be like, it gotta. I can't even think of a scenario. Like, it gotta be like they were on premises.
It's something messy. I know, and just on some real bullshit. I saw somebody insinuate that it was a threesome type thing with him, the girl, and they alone.
Maybe it was. Maybe that's
why we don't know. That's what I'm saying.
But
We
that
don't know.
would have nothing to do with the Boston organization. With the
nothing.
The long
I'm back. I'm back.
Oh, you was gone.
Yeah.
Look, we were doing our normal fresh fresh banter.
Yeah, no, I can still hear y'all, although I had you on mute. I had to there's a bear spotting in my neighborhood. Y'all know where I live at. Y'all been there. It's definitely
Yo, this nigga said it's a
put up the dogs, put up the cats, put up the babies.
Yeah, y'all know it's not like I don't live in the suburbs, but I don't live in the inner city either. So it's like I'm not around trees and forests and stuff like that. So we all were like, where the hell a bear came? And then now we got a second spotting. Yeah.
A second spotting?
Yeah.
So he's still chilling over there? He ain't wanted somebody else. Yo, y'all need to stay inside. Yo, fuck what they say about park right in front of the door.
Yeah, I just had to go get X from downstairs. I had to make sure he got in the
So I mean, so what exactly are you gonna do if the bear comes out? Take me first. Leave my son alone. Take me first. Well, I mean, what do you do if the bear starts coming towards you? Like, is there a protocol?
That nigga better know how to run.
So for those of y'all who are confused about what we're talking about in the middle of our real topic, Uncle B shared with me earlier today that there was a bear spotting around where he lives, and he went to go validate these reports, and they actually showed a photograph. And so him being the responsible husband and father that he is, when one of his children is coming home or whatever, he goes downstairs, he makes sure that they get in the house, safely. There's no mulling, then find the shoe down the street. That kind of thing. But my thing is like, you see the bear coming towards you. What do?
You run.
Are you supposed to run from a bear or play dead?
Hell no, you ain't
You're
supposed to.
You're supposed to. Look, you're supposed to play dead, but
First of all, you ain't supposed to be that close to him where you can't get away.
Oh,
so if you see the eyes
door to the building, the house,
point. He ain't supposed to be around here. They need to come and tranquilize this animal before.
I was gonna ask, has anybody been around? Is there a bear missing from the freaking zoo? Like, where the fuck did this bear come from?
That's what me. I'm like, yo. I mean, we just don't deal with this in the concrete jungle. First of all. So I wasn't raised like that, but even out here, it's clearly strange that an animal is right.
Not an animal. Say what it is, a bear.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah,
so
we don't deal with bears. We in New York, we deal with bums.
Well, this bums and rats.
Exactly.
Because they'll jump out at you. The bums will jump out at you.
Yeah.
The rats will jump out at you. We don't deal with bears.
And them dirty pigeons. Don't forget about the pigeons.
They part of the environment. Like
that
is
pigeon disrespectful.
Bears are not a part of the normal environment, though. They don't usually.
No. I'm talking about the pigeons I'm talking about that part.
No, Boogie. Yeah. What I'm saying is somebody lost a bear somewhere. Like he's not. This is not. They don't just walk.
You think it's a bear family? No, the bear just wandered somewhere. It was like somebody lost a bear.
Yeah, like a zoo or something.
Hey, Boogie. Hey, Boogie.
Bears be walking around. Bears.
You gonna go out to your house tomorrow? It's gonna be fucking posters talking about a missing bear. Anybody seen my missing bear? Please call.
No, sure. I knew somebody that had a tiger in their apartment in the project. So
come on, we ain't gonna do that.
Listen.
Anybody from Harlem already know that story.
Listen. So
crocodiles, alligators, bears, lions, tigers.
Bears don't typically wander free. Like out here, we see coyotes every day. You know what I mean? But bears, that is not a common thing. Like you're not cutting down their habitat because their habitat is not DC. And like a bear.
Whoa. Rehan Rolf.
Somebody dropped that damn bear off to cause some fucking problems.
Rehan Rolf.
Or they had
fans up here, bro.
They had a pet that they had that grew and they just let it go.
They didn't know it was a bear. Maybe they thought it was like a dog?
Nah.
Hey, Mills, Mr. Cool ain't saying jail time either. So
we're both Celtic fans. We're from New York, but we're both Celtic fans. Other than this dude right here with this Knicks hat right here.
Yeah, he's disrespectful for that. Who that? Bernard King and who the hell is that? Some old Knicks joints.
That's the.
You should have had Walt Clyde Frazier when you had the championship.
Don't do that.
It's 70. What is it? 72.
Why Breezy gotta be so extra?
Nah,
because he should have came up here with that Nick shit on his avatar. You know how we get down, bro.
New York is in the house, son.
We are New York. You're right. New York is in the house. We New Yorkers.
You can't be
green in this bitch.
We ain't got no green New Yorkers. What you talking about?
Yo, so my husband, nearly got us killed, several years ago. I want to say. Several years ago, we went to go visit family in. It wasn't
Canton.
We just out in Canton, yeah.
Which is like 10 minutes away from Boston.
Yeah, this fool decided he was gonna walk around the grocery store that's only about 15 minutes from the city limits with a freaking red Yankee hat on. It's gonna be the regular Yankee blue. So you gonna come up in here with a red Yankee hat on? In what's their team? The Boston
Red Sox.
What are you doing? What are you doing, sir?
I was slightly inebriated then.
It was people looking at us.
It was like one dude came up to me like, really, bro, for real, bro.
In the supermarket, Yo, they skins are unmatched. They might got us beat. They were ready. They looked like and we was black.
Remember at the light?
I was
At the
black.
light, the
He
dude
looked.
started looking. It was like,
I'm black. He looked other.
they like,
So, they looked like they was about to really hurt us. And then he went into the cleaners to get his dad's stuff, and the lady was like, "Oh no, you
told me
can't."
I gotta get out. So you can't come in here with that hat on. But
Yeah.
check it out though, Lady Fresh.
You know that's cool about that though is like everybody loves the Celtics. Yeah, whereas in New York,
you can't not.
as in New York, you have a lot of people love other teams.
Yeah, it's
It's
mostly
like
other
that
team
today.
lovers in New York than the Knicks. It's mostly like they scattered. It ain't mostly Knicks fans out there.
I don't know if I would say that necessarily. I don't know either way. I won't know either way, but I definitely know that there is a lot of like New Yorkers that don't really rock with the Knicks like that.
Yes,
But
because nobody wants to be a part of a losing franchise for their entire life.
it's all listen. It's all
See,
good.
you're
It's all
different because
it's all good. It's all New York, y'all.
No,
Y'all
but
But I
you're
tell you,
different,
like
though.
I always say, the Knicks fans are the most loyal fans in
Yeah,
all of
I will say
sports.
that.
Oh,
It
yeah.
ain't no way
You
in
got
hell
to.
that I'm gonna be a sports fan and I ain't winning 50 years. No, I'm not doing that. So shout out to the Knicks fans. Y'all some loyal
Well, you
motherfuckers.
gotta be a fan. Like you gotta take the ups with the downs. Like
And you know what?
I wish we
Because
could get
Yeah,
an
but
up.
your
hey,
whole
bro,
life,
because you
but your
still
whole
talking, I'm
life,
gonna put
there was
you out
never
there.
no ups. Like
I'm
I
about
wish
to,
we.
hey,
that's my thing.
hey,
Yeah,
babe, I'm about to put him out
we
there.
on the way though.
So
We
we
on the
had
way.
a family reunion. Represent your favorite team. Now, most of her family on her side is Knicks fans. They got Derrick Rose that year. Everybody had a Derrick Rose jersey on.
And
What
they
happened to Derrick
and it was
Rose?
roses. Yeah.
He got hurt like what? Before
2
the
days later.
season started? The
That's all
fucking
right,
Knicks fans, boy.
but he's played. He's balled out for us. That's definitely been a plus. Injuries and all. I'm actually glad that he's back. He's also a culture dude for the young dudes on the team. So
Yeah, that's
like
true.
they look up to him.
He
They
could,
really.
yeah, he could definitely teach them and show them how
Oh yeah,
to cope with
but he got busy.
losing,
Yo,
how to
D
cope with
Rose.
losing, how to cope with not making the
Yeah.
playoffs.
Well, D Rose. Listen, D Rose like got busy last year before he got injured at the end of the year. Like he was
Oh yeah,
actually one of
D-Rose,
the
yeah.
he was one of the most productive players. I definitely loved the acquisition of our new point guard and Derrick
Oh my
Rose coming in
God.
behind him.
I'm taller than him,
Like,
and you happy with that?
yo,
Okay.
that's
we gonna see
yo
how
that's
that. Y'all don't have Luka Doncic, bro. You gotta
yo he
realize
did
that.
it. Yo, he
Y'all
did
don't
it
have
without
him.
Luka. He did it without Luka the whole time Luka was out in the playoffs. He had his best game.
Jeremy Lin. Do you remember that?
His best game.
Jeremy Lin. Do you remember that name?
Listen,
Okay.
Jeremy Lin didn't win a high school and a college championship.
He might not have been set up for that.
Okay, but this dude
Jeremy
is.
Lin came in when Carmelo was out.
His pops was a baller.
No
like,
one really knew his game, and Jeremy Lin did his thing. Once he started doing his thing, and they knew who he was and properly prepared for him, he didn't do shit.
Breezy.
Yeah, but Brunson had that pedigree, son. His pops played.
His pops was trash.
Yeah,
his pops was
right.
trash. Let's keep it real.
Listen, you
Rick
right.
Brunson was trash. The only reason when the Knicks got him, he had a decent season, especially in the playoffs, and his father played for the Knicks, and he still coached. That's the reason why they got him.
And he is way better than his father. He is way.
Oh yeah, he
better
definitely.
than his
I agree
father.
with that. Yeah, definitely.
And
Why you keep giving me half shots?
He nice, son. He gonna get. I'm telling you, son is gonna get.
You know what?
Son
And
is
that's
gonna
what I
get
love
busy.
about y'all Knicks fans. Every year, we got a good team this year. Every year.
Listen. I'll admit. I'll tell y'all right here that I'm probably the only dude that's probably saying this because most of the like news outlets and all of the fans that I hear like reports from, they're all accepting and feeling like we're not gonna have a good team this year. And I disagree.
Y'all ain't gonna make the playoffs.
I think we will. That's what I'm gonna say.
Okay. Every year though.
Name the team. Name all the teams that's gonna make the playoffs and put y'all in there. You can't do that. You can't do it.
Nah, but you can always,
bro. Not even the play-in. Y'all ain't gonna make the play-in. The East is
Real-
crazy right now.
So it's
Y'all
safe
not gonna
to
make
say
the
that this
playoffs.
conversation
the
will
East is
come
the
again
strongest.
soon during the season.
But what I'm telling you is that like I have faith for what this current team
Of
can
course,
do.
you're a Knicks fan. Every year you say that.
No,
How
but I
long we
look
known
at
each other,
listen, I
Boogie?
look at
Boogie,
listen, I
how long
look
we
at
known each other?
but no,
Your
but that
sister
right.
wasn't even born when we knew
50
each other.
years, 50
How long we
years,
know each other?
50
You
years.
know
You
what?
know better than that. Y'all say
No,
that every year. The Knicks say
listen.
that every year. Knicks fans every
Let
year.
him talk,
Well,
Breezy.
listen, I don't go by the Knicks fans. I personally don't go by the professionals or the average Knicks fans. Like I look at things
I'll
and I
agree with
base
that.
it. I analyze it based off of like my sheer scouting ability. Like I don't go by like anybody else. And I just think that when it comes to chemistry, like basically
He'll tell the truth. He'll be like, "Yo, we trashed this year." Like
But he just said they can have a good team this year. That's what he just said.
but it's based on
and we don't cultivate the young guys to play. This team has played together for like 3 years now. We have a good amount of vets. R.J. Barrett is coming out.
Jason.
Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson has game. We got to. Oh yeah, R.J. Barrett.
As long as y'all have James Dolan, it's a dub.
No, I'll tell you. I'm not convinced we're ever going to go to the championship under.
Hell no,
under
he ain't gonna
Dolan.
never get
I'll
rid of
say
that team.
I'll admit that. But either way, from a talent perspective, and having a unit that is familiar with one another, like we are going to shock a lot of people. I don't think we're going to win.
All right, now you heard.
So now, what do y'all have different from last year?
Hold up,
so you
y'all
saying
was
this point guard is going to make
we
a
were
big
better-
difference like that? That's the only
we were
difference
better
from
than y'all
last
for
year's
most
team.
of the first part of the season last year. So if y'all can do it, any other team can do it. Y'all wasn't nice like that in the first half of the
We
season.
got two franchise players. We had a new coach.
Y'all went on a nice run.
You can't compare us with y'all, man. You can't do that.
Some noise, yo.
You
Like
can't
y'all
do that.
wasn't.
So what y'all gonna do is y'all gonna get it together late in the season this year and then go to the championship. That's what you saying.
That's what I'm saying. Like, did I ever say that? No.
You just said that you insinuated
telling you that
He didn't say they was
you
going
cannot
to.
compare our team to y'all's. You can't.
No, what I'm telling you is that y'all weren't that great of a team.
You know he don't listen.
But we had a good team. We just didn't gel. That's the difference.
Okay.
We had that. If we didn't have it, it wouldn't have happened. We had that. They just didn't gel. Y'all don't have a good team from the start.
Well, listen. So with this same team, the year before last, we were in the 4th seed.
So and what happened?
So you can't say that this team can't win. We've won already.
All right. Just
now, like you gonna learn today.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, bro.
All right.
Y'all can continue. I just
and Jay Savage, that's why I fuck with Jay Savage. Knicks fans and Cowboy fans are the same fucking people. They're the same way. Y'all live off of old shit. It's great. And you know, the Cowboys fans is better than the Knicks fans. Because shit, the Knicks, the last championship they won, I was like 4 months old. Like, what the fuck? But every year, we got a good team this year. Oh shit. Nigga, please.
But I will say that he will say if the team is like
he does when it's already they 30 games behind in the season.
Y'all are very he'll say it in the beginning. He'll say it. And you're the same way. You'd be like, yo, we trash, so I can't even say nothing. I hope he no, he's you can unmute your mic, Boogie, whenever you ready. But yeah, he will say like
that's the Knicks guards muting him. He didn't even do it. It was the
okay.
Knicks guard.
So look, can I ask you why you continue to give me like you don't want to share your Hennessy, my dude? Like what is this?
I only got a little bottle. You don't even drink Hennessy, my nigga.
But you know I drink during the show though.
Oh
so
my
you put a little ass bottle and don't even want to share.
Old girl be hiding her little bottles of beer and all.
Why do I do that? Why? Why?
Because I drink it up.
Why?
That's why.
Exactly.
I drink everything up.
So Boogie, for everybody listening, it could be something in here that
Here we go.
fuck with, yo. He don't drink it. It be liquor he don't drink. He don't like no milky stuff. Yo, prime example, y'all.
Hey, y'all, I opened up a bottle of non-alcoholic wine by
I'm
mistake.
muting
I
your
was
shit.
through.
I'm mute. No, let me tell you how. If the liquor start getting low, he'll come over here in my area. I got my own little bar area over here. I don't bother nobody's stuff. Nothing. Homeboy didn't want to go to the store and get his own shit, so he just started drinking stuff that been here. He picked up a bottle of non-alcoholic wine, y'all, and was drinking it. Don't come in here. So you know he got off camera because he wants to come in here and get on the screen. But yeah, he'll drink up all my stuff. No, he don't even like it. So I be having to hide a little something so that when I'm ready to do my show, I can unwind, but that's just how my husband is. He'll drink up all my shit. While I have a couple seconds, I'm gonna shout out the chat. Jay Savage, thanks for coming in. You've been dropping some great comments. Jordan Live, are we on live tonight? You coming on tonight? Bonnet Lightbody, salute to you. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. What's your defense now?
I was trying to say you right because I found this in your stash. I'm gonna drink this too. I don't know what.
Yo, I had that for like 4 or 5 months.
4 or 5 years.
No, ain't no years. I can't. And you look. Jay Savage said, "What non-alcoholic?" Okay, let me tell you.
I was mad as hell when I fucking picked that.
I didn't buy that.
I didn't even know.
I didn't buy that. It was a gift. Somebody gave it to me.
I was like, that's some punk ass wine. That shit didn't even give me a buzz.
You sound like Alvin and Fresh sound like Theodore. That is hilarious.
I sound like what?
That is hilarious. You can come back up if you want. We're not going to be on much longer because again, we got to get on the road in a few short hours. But being that Fresh and I are both diehard.
You asking for a shot.
First of all, somebody just came in the back, so I was paying attention.
Hey, I could not hear y'all, yo. Y'all sound. Did you see me in the comments?
Yeah, I did.
Who that, Doc?
No, that's
yo. Y'all sound like chipmunks, man.
That's how we always sound all the time. That's normal.
It was fast. It sounded like y'all was talking.
We was in the Matrix. Yeah, we was in the Matrix.
Yeah.
We was just cackling because Fresh be drinking up all my stash liquor because he don't be wanting to go get his. He'll run out. And he'd be like, "Oh, she got this shit I don't even fuck with over here," and he'll drink it, and I'll go looking for it. Y'all, we had a watermelon margarita bottle that been in the refrigerator for a fat little minute. Nobody liked it. I never even tasted it. When he told me it wasn't good, I just never drank it. But so I didn't really care if he drank it or not. But that's how I know when shit going down. Y'all, he's about to come get on this screen. He just left his little area. He's coming in here to harass me. But he drank. So I look, I'm like, damn, it's like this much left. In the bottle. He just drink. He'll drink it. If I don't like something, I don't. You went and got it. So why you left that little bit, yo? Why you left a little bit? I can't stand you. But anyway,
hey, Fresh. I ain't forget what you was talking about. So don't know. I'm just saying, like, so check this out. We spanked y'all a couple of times last year.
You did, y'all sure did.
So it ain't like we don't feel like we can't compete. Yo, like we gonna see y'all this year too. Robert, especially
typical Knicks fan. Y'all be happy over some regular season shit.
Somebody knows the time in this live.
That's
somebody knows the time in this live.
That's right.
That's a typical New York answer. We spanked y'all.
That's right.
So what? What did y'all do? Y'all didn't make the playoffs. Oh, I'm sorry.
Y'all were
the Knicks fans and Cowboys fans, y'all the most bottom of the barrel, digging ass niggas I ever seen. Oh, we beat y'all. Yeah, but y'all like 40 games back.
No, y'all were a better team because y'all finished the rest of the year better than we did. But when we played y'all, we were better than y'all. So if y'all can,
no, y'all beat us because we beat ourselves.
No, we were better than you at the time. That's what it was. But you got to be a team for the whole season, and you got to have sustainability.
We're losing,
and that's not
pure Knicks. That's Knicks gibberish. That's all that is. First of all, y'all need to get rid of Julius Randle.
My husband is a Knicks hater.
Julius Randle is the black hole. That's y'all problem. Get rid of his dumb ass and get somebody else. That's
So
your problem.
I'm
Y'all
not
put
listen.
these
I'm
niggas
not
up
even gonna
in
say.
trash.
I'm not even gonna say that I disagree
Julius
with.
Randle is the
I'm not even gonna say that
2022
I
Carmelo
disagree with
Anthony.
that.
Stop it.
I don't say I disagree with that, but Julius definitely gets buckets. So
Yeah, if you shoot 40
and he
times, if I
takes
could get
he
50
takes up a
shots,
lot of
I'll
offense.
get
But
buckets too.
we're gonna listen. We're gonna see what they do this year. But
Carmelo
I know
3.0.
when
That's
we come see
what
y'all.
Julius
I know
Randle
when we come
is.
see y'all.
We're
I'm
going to have a
sure.
better record than y'all, period.
Okay, fellas.
You
Can we
might.
time out? Can we
I
time
don't
No,
know.
out?
We'll see.
matter of fact, next time we see each other, we get on the court, nigga.
Oh, nigga, you know what time it is with that.
Fresh, I think you better stop.
Yo, me and this guy used to
You
have
better
battles
stop.
on the court.
Okay,
No,
yeah, well,
Battles.
before you told your LC, and so I think you should sit down.
Well, he a Knicks fan. I ain't got to
It ain't
do much to
Okay,
beat him.
so all right. So let's put a pin in this and agree to disagree in this for just a second. So everybody knows that Carmelo's pretty washed, but we
He's
did
not
acquire him.
washed. He's not.
Nah, Melo got game, yo.
He's gonna come. He's gonna come to the Celtics,
But
and
and
you talk about. Let me finish.
FYI, he's not with the
Finish.
Celtics. We did not sign him. I checked.
Since when
We
they
didn't.
acquired
It
him?
was speculation. We didn't sign him.
I
They didn't. I
saw
thought they announced.
they
Okay.
announced that the Celtics signed Carmelo
Let me
to a
check again
1-year
right
deal.
now.
You did this when I told you the first time.
No, I never checked it. I don't know that he's with us. I don't know that.
Oh God. Well, you said that it
And
was
all we need is 12 points from Carmelo off the
You know,
bench.
I love my
Which he
husband,
could
but
do.
sometimes I don't like having him on my panel.
I think it's a good pickup.
Well,
I
put
think
me
it's
in
a
the
good pickup.
backstage
I
like
was
you
trying
always
to
do.
okay, all right. Well, you asked for it. So I was gonna ask, I wanted you to tell everybody what you told me when I said that they signed him. You made some really good points as far as us not having Gallinari and what Carmelo could bring to the Celtics. I wanted you to tell everybody what your thoughts were on our acquisition of Carmelo, but you're saying you don't even
No, he's not with us. I'm looking now. He's not with us. But if we do, I think that would be a great pickup. We need about 12 points from him, which he could do. Carmelo's a lot of people say I hated on Carmelo. I didn't. My thing with Carmelo is he's a volume shooter. He shoots too much. But in his later role now, his later career, 12 points, 14 points, we could do that. He's perfect for it. And he'll fill in for Gallinari. He's out for the season, so he'll be perfect for it.
Do
I
you
never
agree
had
with
an
that,
issue with
Boogie?
Carmelo. He just is a volume shooter, and at this time in his career, that's not what he's needed for. That's not what he's gonna do. So,
I mean, I think if they can incorporate him in a way where they can get him
oh no,
less shots, but a high efficiency, I think it's
but
a
he's
really
a
great
pretty
signing.
efficient
But
shooter.
my thing is I don't think he was intended to be a starter or
Oh
start
no,
or
not
have
now. That's what I'm saying.
heavy starting minutes.
He
So
probably ain't a
yeah,
starter nowhere he goes.
Right, he's
no,
efficient now. He wasn't
right.
efficient in his All-Star days.
Right.
All we need is him to come off the bench, relieve Brown, and relieve Tatum. 15 to 12 minutes every game. He can score about 10, 12 points. That's all we need. That's what we was going to get from Gallinari. He went down, so now
Right.
I hope we do get Carmelo. And another thing, y'all watch out for Vonleh, Noah Vonleh. We signed him. He has very good potential. He reminds me of Bobby Portis with the Milwaukee Bucks. He
I've
gives me
seen him
that
play before.
energy.
Yeah,
He
I've
played
seen
for
him
the
play before.
Knicks. He
I've
can
seen him play
still
before.
get playing time. So
How
watch out
much
for
do
him.
you think it's gonna affect us that Robert Williams is out?
Oh,
I think
that's gonna be
I
devastating.
think that is huge. I mean,
I feel like that's worse than us
It
not
is.
having the coach we have.
It is. It definitely
yes,
is.
I absolutely believe that
Yeah,
it
because
is.
of who we got as interim coach, I feel after researching him and seeing
Who is expected? Who do y'all expect to be in that position come the beginning of the season?
What position? Robert Williams.
Robert Williams.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be Al Horford.
Oh,
They're
so
gonna put Al Horford as the center. Probably Williams at the Grant Williams at the 4,
okay.
and Tatum at the 3. Brown 2 and Smart 1.
You think they'll start with that, or do you think they'll pull somebody up that
They'll
want
change it around. I mean, I don't know with this new coach, but I know like with Ime and Brad, they kind of like they adjusted the lineup for what's needed for that game. So,
Okay.
but yeah,
Right.
Robert Williams, that's definitely a blow for us. You know,
Yeah.
and it showed last year because he was hurt for a while. When he came back,
Yeah, in
that's
March,
when he went
right?
on our winning streak.
He came. Yeah.
Yeah, he's one of
So
the best rim protectors
he's
in
not
the league.
out. He's not out for the season.
No, 12 games.
He's
He'll be back
expected to
before
come back
Thanksgiving.
after Thanksgiving, but they said it could go into Christmas. But they're hopeful that
You
he'll
know
be back
what?
right after.
And
Right.
that's what he need to be prepared to come 100%.
Absolutely, because when he came back, he
That's
wasn't
fine.
ready.
What I always tell you, and I told you last year, the regular season don't mean shit. Once you get close to the All-Star game, after all, that's grind.
Really, Jay? This is the funniest
All
episode.
you got to do is make
I
the
don't know,
playoffs.
right, yo.
The playoffs is different from the
Robin
regular
Williams is
season.
good, but he seemed kind of fragile, man. Like
Who?
this is right. Yeah.
Well, I think with that is they just never gave him the time to heal properly.
Yeah, he wasn't ready.
And you got to remember too, Boogie, he's a young guy, so he's gonna heal quick.
That's
You
no,
just got to give
that's
him
true.
the time to heal properly.
So
And I
how
don't
long?
believe he had any additional surgeries. It's still the original.
Well, it was just a clean out. It was a clean out for his knee from the last surgery.
So he didn't get. He just needs.
Right. Which I had 2 of those. You know that, Lady Fresh. I had 2 knee cleanings, and it's not really. It's just they cleaned up the
But
debris.
your game though, did it get better?
Yeah, you want to see?
No, I'm not talking about your spitting game. That
Whatever.
your basketball game, my dude, ain't never been the same. You tried to do that Kobe shit.
I never went back after that shit.
You shot around a little bit.
Yeah, I shot around. And I killed a couple of people, but yeah, it was.
You and your son, we got a really nice picture of y'all playing.
Oh yeah. I don't know.
I think you and Nando.
Your brother can attest to me shooting some jump shots to some niggas' face and making them, slapping that backboard real hard on niggas.
I remember y'all hitting the courts because I had a bunch of family. We had a bunch of family.
Yeah, at the reunion, yep.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
In the crazy game, we was on teams and we was killing them. It was like, yo, like,
Oh,
shit,
my
we played
God.
for years. Remember that?
Yeah.
Like, shit, we grew up playing together. We know exactly where the other person gonna be, even though we was never on the same team back then.
You know, it's crazy, and Mike, but the way that we played is almost a rhythm as if you would think that we were coached, like the game.
I know.
The games we played against them when we went to the other side. We went over to y'all side most of the time. Y'all came over sometimes, but we went over to y'all side most of the time, and it just was like, yo, we were all in a zone.
But
like,
that was some NBA shit. Like we was in the fucking projects on concrete, but we was in the NBA. That was some real fucking.
Oh yeah, we were
games,
serious.
man.
We was definitely serious about,
especially when they start putting up money. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh,
I never.
40s on y'all.
Jay Savage, the dynamic between us, especially with Boogie and Fresh, is definitely going to be there because this year they have been friends since school. Like, so they
I remember my
born.
First memories of him in 3rd grade.
Yeah,
I was gonna say
Miss Richter.
I had Miss Richter. I was like Les is probably one of my oldest friends in the world.
You definitely
for real, literally,
Yep. So that's why it's like this, Jay. So for those of you who may have came in later, Uncle B, I guess I'll claim him, even though you got that Knicks shit up there. That is my older brother. So I couldn't think of a better person to invite on this panel. The minute I decided to do this, and y'all should have expected it because, and I think Lotus said it. She was like, I figured you guys would talk about this because y'all know how me and Bree are about our Celtics. And I felt like we could still be unbiased. This dude really has to take accountability for what he's done. We don't have all the details. I'm assuming that things are going to start coming out over the next several days, several weeks. We still never got all the details from Tori and Megan. So hey, if they can keep it under wraps like they did, we may never find out what really happened. Real talk.
Well, you know what? They ain't gonna keep under wraps because these niggas these days don't keep none. The baby, he's disgusting. He's disgusting. Really? When niggas start telling people who they slept with?
Well,
that you know what that comes from? Tight shirts, tight jeans, tight chains, and big ass sneakers. I don't understand that.
Big ass
That
nigga.
shit is crazy.
Yes, you know what? I think that'll be
Why
awesome.
would you go and say that?
Definitely have a basketball
These
rotation
niggas is
throughout
crazy
the
these
season.
days, man. These little niggas,
If
man.
Boogie is willing to come up and do segments like that, I think that'll be awesome.
What's that? Oh, basketball. Oh yeah, we can do
He
basketball.
said when the season start, y'all can definitely have a basketball show in rotation.
Hey Jay,
told
where
y'all
you at? You
before we
a
started-
Pistons fan, Jay?
Before hell no, he ain't no.
Pistons? No, Jay Savage.
Oh, I thought he said you are about the Knicks, how he is about the Pistons. I thought that's
Oh,
what.
I didn't see
Maybe I
that.
was wrong. Maybe I was wrong. But
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe he is. Maybe he was saying Boogie is about the Knicks, how he is about the Pistons. I don't know. But Jay Savage, go ahead, clarify that right now.
Oh
Are you
yeah, all right.
smart?
That's right. He's a Lakers fan. I forgot about that.
Oh,
we did
right.
discuss that last season. He is a Lakers fan.
Yeah, so I definitely I didn't think he said Lakers. I definitely think the minute I decided to do this, I was like, I need to get Boogie up here because he noticed basketball. And I think that you are very fair. And you know,
No,
like
he is fair. He's fair.
like
He's just a Knicks fan.
Knicks fans,
He's definitely
Atlanta fans,
is
and
not another
Dallas
Knicks fan like him.
fans, Dallas Cowboy fans, Atlanta fans, and Knicks fans. They are
fucking Atlanta fans. Oh,
very
God.
loyal. Like they're very loyal to their team,
Right.
even if they have a 50-year losing streak. They will still no, because you know y'all grew up in an era where a lot of people did ride or die for their city teams.
Yeah,
it's not quite like now, and it you know more people are more about players. They follow their players. So
right.
I do that, but that's the thing. I do that too. Like, I do that too. Yeah, like it's like fantasy football. Like I root for players in fantasy football. I do have a team, but
who's your team?
The Dolphins, Miami Dolphins.
Oh, I never knew that. Okay.
But yeah, I was on the Marino bandwagon back in the day. Like
I get it.
That's what made me really enjoy football on that level.
Yeah.
Because I was like, this dude is amazing. But
yeah, I was pushed to that as a kid, so I understand. Stepdad, he was
that
Miami
is so
fan.
amazing to me that all three of us, like certain teams that we like, it's the white man that we like the most that brought us to the team. Like for you, no, it is. For you, it was Kevin McHale. I like
that was my dude, yo.
I was like, yo, the shit. The white man was the shit. And you saying that, you know, you was a Marino fan for so yeah.
Elway. Nah, but because you just like facts is facts. Like,
yeah, I mean, shit.
Like
that he could have been purple.
Marino was incredible, man. Like when people talk, the way that people talk about Peyton Manning now, to me, that's how you looked at Dan Marino. Like,
that's all we heard of. That's
they
all
were
I ever heard.
shooters. Like,
yeah, that's all I ever heard growing up was Dan Marino.
He was like, that dude was crazy.
Doing car commercials. I'm like, he must be retired.
Yeah, doing movies with
movies and shit. Ace Ventura.
Yeah, that dude was nice. But I mean, but I give up talent. I mean, talent is talent. Larry Bird. Like, I used to hate Larry Bird, but he did it over and over.
You're muted. You're muted. You're not you, Trey. Boogie. This dude. You're muted.
Okay.
Yeah, I was saying, I don't believe that being that you don't win a championship that it diminishes your career. That's just not true.
No, I don't.
You know what I mean? Because a lot of people
definitely, I agree.
Iverson, Barkley,
yeah,
and a lot of people
Patrick Ewing.
Right, Patrick Ewing. My thing is too. A lot of people say shit about Jordan did this. Jordan had a fucking all-star.
He had an all-star team,
and people don't realize that he had the best rebounder, the best two-way player, Pippen, the best three-point play shooters, Hodges, Kerr,
right.
Yeah, you can be a superstar.
You had the best six-man, Tony Kukoc.
You don't have.
He had a hell of a team. So stop.
You don't have a supporting cast. It ain't gonna work.
Right.
It ain't gonna happen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Nah, I agree.
And what Jay said too, championship validation and some new nigga stuff. I agree with him. Just because you win a champ, look, come on. How many people be in the champ? Yeah, it's some championship teams. Y'all don't even know that the player was on there. He just happened to be on a good team. Don't do that.
So how do you look at a team like Toronto? Because that's like they had a run with like Kawhi, and Kawhi gets all the credit. Like, what do you think of the talent of the people that were on those teams? Like, how about a dude like Fred VanVleet? What do you think of him?
Yeah, I mean, shit. Everybody play their role, bro. You know
I was
that.
gonna say they play their role.
Everybody play their
Right.
role.
But
You know
they
what I mean?
it's always gonna be about the superstar. Like it's
Let me
only
tell you something.
two
It's some
basketball
motherfuckers, they
teams.
role is to
Right.
fucking clap and hype niggas up on the bench.
It's the like my husband say all the time. You know, the NBA has become for the casual fan.
Yeah, it is.
So they want
That
to
and
see
the European
superstar.
fan.
Right. They want
Right.
to see.
Right.
They want to see the
The
superstar.
non-American fan.
Target
The
all
top 4 players they got this year is all fucking foreign players. But that's a play for the NBA. That's why they've been naming MVPs and stuff like that with foreign players. They want more money. They want more attention
Right.
from other countries. That's why the top 4 players are all foreign on the list this year. It's crazy.
Jay Savage asked a question.
Yes, he did.
Is that Tracy McGrady?
Yep. Yeah, he got it. Sure did.
Oh yeah, he's another one. He had it.
He got
Oh,
one.
he did?
Yeah, he got one.
Oh shit.
Yep.
That must have been towards the end of his career.
Yeah, it was the end. Remember, I don't know if you remember, he played for the Knicks.
Did he play though?
Yeah, T-Mac.
Tracy McGrady
Yeah.
was with the Knicks.
He was on the Knicks for a short period of time.
What, a season?
It was I don't even know if it was a full season, but he definitely was there. You just forgot it was towards the end of his career. And Jay Savage saying, does that validate T-Max? No, it goes both ways, bro. It goes both ways. Because I don't really remember him. I fuck with the Spurs. I don't really remember him being a big contributor in that championship, but he was on the team.
Yeah, I have to say that, like, I number one, I didn't even realize that he had a championship, so that speaks to what you're saying right now.
Jay
But
Savage said he didn't play, so
I don't.
it goes both ways.
You know what it is? It's just tricky though. It's like his legacy, his championship has nothing to do with his legacy.
That's my point.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm making.
But that legacy,
Iverson, the best small player.
That legacy
in the
is
league
well respected.
ever in history.
T-Mac had crazy game, man. Like he was definitely.
Yeah.
But that was towards the end of his career.
He just happened to get the chip
Because he was on a team that was.
They was already stacked.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I think I might have even heard him say something like that. Now that I think about it, because I just don't think of him that way, and I think that's why I reacted that way. It's like I don't
can't
look
be
at
mad
him
at
like
him for
that.
getting the ring.
Yeah,
It's just like you can't be mad at Allen Iverson. Who under 6 feet and under was better than Allen Iverson?
I'll wait.
I could come with one person.
Allen,
He's taller than him by an inch or two. Curry. That's it. He never won a championship though. So does that diminish his career? No, it doesn't.
AI.
Thank you. Jay Savage needs to get the fuck up.
One of the best,
like he said, Robert Horry got 7 rings, my nigga.
One of the best offensive players ever in the game.
Oh yeah.
Like Allen is that nice.
Yeah.
As far as historically, man,
he got knocked down almost every play that was going on.
And got right.
And got up and fucking scored.
He was probably the most fun to watch during my lifetime.
The most durable player ever.
Ever. You could see the pain in his.
I weighed more than that nigga his whole career, and he got up every day. From getting knocked over and played.
Yes, it was nobody better at that. I have to agree.
And like Jay Savage said, like I just said, Robert Horry, he has 7 rings. I would say out of maybe all of 7, maybe Houston, he was a significant part. He just hit key shots.
And that's, you know what? I definitely give it to a dude like that though too, because even though he's not a one-on-one player, like he's not going to have the impact of a Tracy McGrady, like what he does. He just doesn't have the ball that often.
Right.
But like you said, like he's such a clutch player.
Right. But being clutch is being on the right team for that to happen. He was so lucky that he was with Sacramento and the Lakers to do that.
That's true. But if you do a 7, if you do a 7,
if they don't put
What's
Hello,
going
where'd he
on?
go?
He fell out. He'll come back up.
Okay. What I was going to tell him is, yeah, but if you do it 7 times and you're part of winning a championship 7 times,
Mhm.
then yo, like you got to start feeling like, yeah, you are part of that contribution that's making teams good enough to get a championship,
Right.
right? Like you have to be part of that winning formula. At least I think a average athlete's ego even is going to be like, yo, I am part of the reason for the success. If you do it 7 times
Right. He played his part
with different teams, because I think he did it.
with
Who else
like
did he
three.
do it with?
Was it he did? I know it was
With the
Lakers,
Lakers,
San Antonio,
right? And
and Houston Rockets.
Houston, right? Yep. So yeah, like, come on.
Yeah. No.
And it's not like, and on top of that, it's not like, he went and chased those teams. I don't believe. I think they wanted him.
Mhm.
He was
They
definitely
wanted him for a certain role.
yeah, and he was an inexpensive piece, most likely, to make the team complete, right? Like I don't think anybody was paying a lot of money for Robert Ory. I don't think you I don't think Robert Ory made the money that Dennis Rodman made, right? Like,
Love Dennis Rodman. He one of my favorite players.
oh yeah, Dennis was a menace, as they say.
Dennis the
Like,
Menace. Watching Jordan's because I didn't grow up on the Jordan insanity like everybody else did. Like, yeah. But I was a Celtics fan. Or,
yeah,
my
I can
brothers were Knicks fans, so I didn't really do the Bulls like that. But when I watched his documentary last year, I was like, yo, this man, I always knew he was the greatest, but like what he brought to the game of basketball, his
yeah.
discipline, the way that he held his team and himself accountable, like I had to respect it. And he made the people around him better. And I think that's what makes a lot of these people win championships too. It's not just that they're this superstar. When you elevate the people around you, when you elevate their game, like to me, that's just as big as you having a good game because you can't do it by yourself.
Yeah, I listen. I don't think I don't really give him that much credit for that personally. Like I do
I do.
think just that last part, everything else, I don't. A lot of people feel he made his teammates better. I don't necessarily believe that that's
His
the case. I
teammates
think
say that he made them better.
that's cool, and teammates are going to do that. I just think I don't
Not all
think
the time.
he.
Look, not all the
I,
time.
I think he gave up the ball on occasions, right? But his teams weren't built like Magic Johnson teams or LeBron James teams. You know, like they're more predicated on passing. Mikey was more
Well, you
predicated on
yeah,
scoring.
what? Yes, but that was before Phil Jackson. When
Mm,
Phil Jackson
Phil,
came, when Phil Jackson came, Jordan had the ball a little less. He didn't like that.
yeah, but
Like,
that but that was really more of an approach to, like, that's just really that's just smart on his part, because you really want other players staying in the game, right? Like when you play basketball, you got to touch the ball, man. Like if you don't touch the ball, you get
okay.
disinterested in playing. And even if you're a secondary player, you're not going to take a lot of shots, but you got to touch
You
the
gotta
ball.
get
Like the
into the
ball,
game.
it's
You
got
gotta
to
be part
move
of the game.
around, and you got to really want to make those transitions, cuts, and stuff like that. And so I mean,
I don't know. I know watching that documentary, it made me look at him differently. I didn't realize that he was as much of an asshole as people say he was, but his dedication to the game, like that,
it's
it
yeah,
was to be commended. Like I think they put it together very well. They highlighted his teammates very well. Dennis Rodman, Scottie Pippen. We got some clarity on a lot of stuff going on with Scottie, and even his altercation with what's the Golden State coach?
Curve.
Steve Kerr. with Steve Kerr. You have a lot of respect for him because he was an ass.
Well, listen, I always openly tell people that like whenever I critique
Hey,
Mike,
Savage, behave.
or not necessarily critique Mike, but whenever I talk about him, like I have to first say that like, you know, people are going to look at it as being biased because I'm a Knicks fan, and they might be right because like the first couple of years Michael Jordan, like I was hating him. Like
Yeah,
I really didn't
New York
see,
was.
I didn't see as much as everybody else did. Like I was just entrenched in us beating them all the time. I wasn't trying to admire them. I wasn't trying to, but people
And
did.
that's how it was. But that's how it was for us, though. Like I feel like our generation, it was just different.
Yeah, maybe in a way that you rooted for like teams and stuff like that. But for sports in general, though, I think there are different franchises that felt the way that the New York Knicks felt. Like Jordan ruined a lot of like dreams for like a lot of franchises. Like
Really did.
That's a
basketball would have been a
fact.
lot more competitive, and we would have a lot more what we have today if it weren't for Michael Jordan. So like that dude, hands down, is one of the GOATs. That's another conversation that I would love to be a part of because that's that's just something that before we even get into trying to debate, like we got to set the rules of what the GOAT is and what we're really talking about.
I'll tell you, he's
Because
the best offensive player I've ever seen. I'll give him
I
that.
that's how I
Offense?
that's how I look at Mike. I look at there's always the LeBron Mike you know kind of debates. I
Mm.
look at it like if there was one player that I had all of the attributes of, it would be LeBron James.
Thank you. I say the same
I
thing.
think that I
I say the
think when
same
you
thing.
look at an athlete his size
Mhm.
and that can move his
And the
speed,
skill
that
set.
can
Fucking
right,
freak.
and that can but right, exactly, that not only can physically dominate whenever he wants to, but has the vision and the unselfishness
Mm.
to like make his teammates like better, like incredibly better as far as a team aspect is concerned. But I have to admit on the other side, like Jordan has done it,
Oh, best
like
offensive player ever.
he has done it
But what
in a
I
way. He's
do,
got
bro,
more rings right now, and
Mhm.
so
what I do,
he's
put LeBron on Jordan's teams and put Jordan on LeBron's teams and see what happens. Jordan clearly had
yeah.
better teams during his championship years. Period. And I'm not taking nothing from Jordan. I know he
Well,
did all
yeah,
the he
LeBron.
the
Listen,
GOAT. He's the best fucking offensive player I've seen.
LeBron's first championship,
But
he had
LeBron
like
got the
nobody
skill
on it.
set. He's
Oh
the
yeah,
full
yeah, yeah,
package.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
he didn't have half the team on any team that Jordan had.
No,
Never in his career. So, but don't get me fucked up.
But also at the same
Jordan is the
time, the
best
game of
offensive player I've ever seen.
basketball is
And
way
after him is Kobe.
the game of basketball is way different. The game of basketball is designed to protect LeBron James.
well, that's how it was with Michael Jordan.
I feel like it's worse now. You can't even breathe on these motherfuckers today.
I don't know, but it's not just LeBron in that matter. I think I think that's the difference, right? Like when Mike came out, there was no other Michael Jordan. There was nobody like when we look now. When I look back at history, like it's almost like everybody should have been able to know that Michael wasn't going to be able to be beat. That's how dominant his era. Like when you look at film, it's not even close.
Right.
And he just had nobody. That's why they talk about Len Bias so much. And I got a chance to look at like some Len Bias footage, and
Man.
that dude
Yeah.
was definitely special. And
Man.
He was
I
gonna
know
be.
he was coming to
Man.
y'all
Yeah.
had,
Man.
The night
and so
the
I
night
won't even lie. A tear was in my eye that year. Then when I
yeah,
heard he died, I was a kid. And I was like, God damn, man. Because
it
man,
was
he
the
was
same
all over
night
the
of the
place.
draft, right?
Yep. Then the night after. And then we fuck around and lost Reggie Lewis. Like, we went through our
yeah,
shit.
that was crazy
We went through
too,
our shit.
man.
Reggie Lewis was my favorite player after Kevin McHale. I remember I came in one night late, and my grandmother, she was a big sports fan, and she's like, "I got something to tell you." I'm like, "What?" She's like, "Reggie Lewis died," and I sat there and I cried in front of my grandmother. I was through, man.
Yeah.
So the
Nah,
Celtics definitely been through some shit. That's what I'm saying. This new shit now, this ain't nothing, man. We'll get past it, and we'll see y'all niggas in the motherfucking championship. Not the Knicks, y'all niggas, but whoever.
Yo, I don't know, man. Y'all listen. It's like y'all said
The
earlier.
East is a beast.
Yeah, there's a lot of good teams in the East. I can't wait to see Brooklyn. I can't wait to see not Milwaukee.
Hey, Philly got some shit. Milwaukee, it's some tough
Oh
shit
yeah,
over
they
there right now.
definitely both of them are gonna be back.
Yeah, it's some tough shit going on.
But no, Cleveland. I want to see
Cleveland.
with my man Donovan.
Cleveland was the beast last year.
Right, and with
It was
Donovan,
already a beast in
with
itself
Donovan,
last year. Now this year, oh my god,
they got a nice balanced team, man.
They
Like
got a
I ain't
balanced
gonna
ass
lie,
team.
I like
Yep.
that team. I like that team. So it'll be interesting.
It's gonna definitely be an interesting NBA season.
But don't sleep on the motherfucking. Like I said last year, you know who I called Lady Fresh.
You did.
Summertime in the summer league. Golden State gonna win that shit. Don't sleep on them again this year. Don't do it. That Steph Curry boy, man. I don't know what the fuck is that. He's from a different planet.
We definitely can do that. October 18th is opening opening night for the NBA. So Jay Savage, we definitely can.
It's gonna be some good teams out there still, though, man. Like Denver's coming back with some with
Jamal Murray
players. Jamal Murray, like that dude is a beast, man.
Yeah. What's the other kid they got?
Kawhi,
Michael.
Listen, Kawhi, yo,
what's the other kid they got
back
from Denver though, bro? Michael.
Oh yeah.
With the back surgery, he's a beast too.
He is.
Yep.
He is.
Yeah, Kawhi and PG will be back in action.
Yeah.
Kawhi, you know, the weirdo is playing for a contract, so he's gonna go off. You know who the weirdo is, right? Michael Porter. Thank you, Jay.
Yeah, Michael Porter. Yeah.
You know who the weirdo is, right? Kyrie. That nigga playing for a fucking a contract this year.
I used to love watching him.
Man, if he was 6'7", they will be comparing him with Michael Jordan. If he was 6'7", the only problem is he's a fucking nut.
He's bugged out. Yeah,
he's bugged out. How long I've been saying that to you, Lady Fresh?
Since he played for us.
Before that, right? The year before, I was like, we got the nut.
But he wasn't nowhere near what he was.
No. See, the crazy thing, he's smart because now if anybody noticing, he's saying, yeah, I did a lot too much last year and I need to humble myself.
Oh,
yeah,
and the year before.
This is contract year.
In like 3 years?
This is a contract year. So he has to say all that stuff so he could get a long-term contract. Ain't nobody going to give him no $200 million contract. He don't come to play. He play when he wants. So what he's doing, he's being smart and saying, yeah, I was bugging out last year. I was on K2 and I was on crack, but I'm better now. Come on, give me that $300 million contract so I can act a fool that year. You would be an absolute fool to give him anything more than a 2-year contract.
I got a feeling somebody's going to give it to him. And
he demands it. That man, I would not be mad if he was the highest paid player per year. Like, if he was making $56 a year, I would give him $60 million a year. He's worth it. When he plays.
Right.
What they need to do with this nigga, stipulations. Whatever game you don't play, you lose this amount of money. He'll stop doing that.
He'll stop doing that.
That's what I'm saying.
I need a break because the Capitol got ran into.
But you had a party the next day.
I'm anguished. I need 3 games off.
I don't want to get the shot.
Right.
They changed rules for this.
They changed rules for this nigga. In New York. I'm feeling anguish, but the nigga at a fucking party.
At a barbecue.
And posted on social media. He's a fucking idiot.
He's bugged out.
He's bugged out.
He really does have some mental issues.
Yeah, he has some issues going on.
He definitely does.
And I don't even know if it's mental or might just be entitlement issues.
Talented.
He might be an entitlement issue.
He
grew up his whole life the number 1 basketball player. Junior high school, he played one game in college and was the number 1 draft pick. He's entitled. It might not even be a mental issue. It's entitlement issues.
No, it's both.
Yeah. I mean, listen, he's a proven winner, so he's probably
Oh
gonna
yeah,
always feel
yeah,
like he
yeah,
should get that
yeah.
money.
Get it,
And
yeah.
I think teams will come at him with contracts that will kind of be structured like,
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
we're
it's gonna
hitting
be
that.
structured.
Yeah,
You'll
well,
be a fool not
especially
to.
now since he's apologizing for his behavior.
Oh yeah, they're gonna
Right.
structure it though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
what
It's
you?
gonna
have
be.
to. They have to structure it. They
Oh
have
yeah.
to. They have no choice.
So what you think y'all gonna do this year with the Knicks, Boogie? Y'all, what place y'all gonna be in? Y'all gonna make the play in? Y'all gonna make the playoffs? Y'all gonna win the conference? The division? What y'all doing this year?
He said the division. I don't know. I think we'll make the playoffs. I think I'm
The
expecting
playoffs or the
playoffs.
play in?
I'm expecting playoffs, not
Okay.
play-ins, playoffs. I
Okay.
expect one of the top 8. But let me tell you, I recognize that I'm probably more aggressive than most Knicks fans. So even as a Knicks fan, I am probably like, it's not very many people that probably feel the way that I feel. But I really see that kind of talent in Jalen Brunson. So I think a lot of what I'm saying is going to be linked to whether or not he is a really great point guard for us. Like I'm expecting really big things from him.
All that being said,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I understand you saying you think that. Now, go back to thinking how the Knicks do things. Now make the assessment. You still think? You still think
Yeah, I
that?
do. I do
Okay.
because I you know why? Because like we've made so many mistakes as a franchise. Obviously I agree that overall the issue in my opinion is James Dolan.
Oh yeah.
Like I
Yeah,
think
anybody with a brand knows that.
until we get him from under, I don't know when we're gonna really truly threaten to win a championship.
And it's a
But
shame for the New York to be the number one market in the
exactly.
universe. For
Yeah, I mean,
that to be
he has
done.
a
It's a
stranglehold.
shame.
He has
It's
a
a shame.
stranglehold on a team
Yeah.
where, like, it's just you can't. It's not. It doesn't seem to be a way to get rid of this
Right.
guy. But I still think that, with that said, that we've seen us have some good teams, and I'm interested. I'm interested in this team. Like I said, we battled Jarl a couple of times, and so now when I look at stuff, I'm not just looking at like if we should win at this moment. Like I'm looking at the growth of players, how good, if they're improving, if we're
I
improving
understand what you're saying,
if we're
bro.
improving team chemistry
I
and
understand.
stuff like that. And
New
so
York is win now, my nigga. That's the problem.
yeah, a lot of people
Because
are
y'all,
like
the Knicks fans,
a
they
lot of
always
people
do that.
are
But it's
a
what are
lot of
you
people
doing
are
right now?
right. I mean, and that's the thing. Like it's I thought that I agreed and thought they did the right thing by not getting Donovan Mitchell.
I
And
agree with you. I agree with that.
I like
I agree with
Donovan
it.
Mitchell. Like I wanted him to be here to some degree because I do like the player that much.
Right.
But
And he's from New York, so it'd have been nice.
right. But as
But
a
I agree with you. I don't think they should have got him.
as far as what I'm feeling what we're building here. Like I like this team, and if we're going to blow it up or we're going to remove any of these major parts, like we got to really continue to be strategic because we did this for a reason. So I think we're in a good position. Like we got all of these young players, we got all of these draft picks right now. And so, we finally did our homework and positioned ourselves to like be in a position to have not great players, but some really good young players and still have like picks for possible
That's your only hope,
trades
though, to build
and
through the
free agents.
draft because no one wants to come to the Knicks because of
Exactly.
Dolan. No
Exactly.
one wants to. So you
Exactly.
have to build through draft and and development in these players because no
Yep.
one wants to come there.
That's
What's the last
that-
big free agent the Knicks got picked up? What was it, Carmelo? Or
Yep.
traded for?
No, it was Carmelo, and that's what the whole
That's what I'm
big thing
saying.
was.
Like no one
That's
wants
the
to go
whole
there
thing.
because
That's
it's
why
Joe
people.
Dolan.
But that's why people wanted Donovan Mitchell. It was so interesting with
Right.
Donovan
It
Mitchell because
was.
he wanted
It was.
to be there.
Exactly.
Like
But you know
he
what?
was
That
he
would
was a
have.
player that wanted to be there.
They just gave R.J. Barrett that money. That's going to stunt his growth if Donovan Mitchell was there. It would stunt his growth.
Yeah. I mean,
So
I just my
I would have
whole
liked
thing
to
is,
see him there too, but I understand why they didn't do it. I understand.
yeah. I mean, I just I didn't know if it was a good fit either. And so, you know, it is what it is. But I just think, like I said, that was the right move. And I like the moves that they're making so far. And the team, like I said, has been together for over 3 years. So like they're getting used to playing with one another. It'll be interesting to see what Brunson brings. And we'll see. I don't think we're built to last though, like a lot of other teams that I see. But I definitely think it's better because I like Derrick Rose not having too many minutes. He doesn't have he can be impactful and we can reduce his minutes. And we got a lot of people in the
And
rotation.
one more thing. The only thing I really hope for the Knicks to do is get rid of Thibodeau. Thibodeau came from Boston. He's a defensive coach. I like him, but I don't like him with the Knicks. I don't like his
Well,
decision making with the Knicks. I think he waits too long to make moves. I think they need another coach.
well,
I don't think he
I'll give
fits the
him.
Knicks.
I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt for right now, simply because he's the guy that got us back to the playoffs. And so, last year, was definitely not the kind of year that we wanted to have. So I think they'll be looking at him closely this year to see if they do feel like he can continue on with the team. I do like Tibbs. I don't have anything against Tibbs. Like, I disagree with some of the substitutions on occasion. Um, but I do like the fact that we were a defensive team first,
Well,
with
he's a
the
defensive minded coach, so that's
exactly
always good.
that. But
That's
that's the
always good.
thing. Like when we made the playoffs, when we had that identity, that's how we got to the playoffs.
Yeah,
Uh, we
Mitchell Robinson don't hurt.
Right. If he can stay healthy, man, like
Mm-hmm.
he's a serious eraser,
Oh
and
yeah, oh yeah.
he can get
That
alley oops.
that that would be the only player if I had to take one player off the Knicks, it'd be Mitchell Robinson, and that's been the last 2-3 years since he's been there. That
Okay.
boy got some talent.
Yeah. Well, I think RJ. Listen, let me tell you,
I ain't feeling him. I'm a straight Duke fan. You know that. I'm all the way Duke, but RJ, I ain't
RJ's
feeling him.
gotten better
Let me
every
tell you,
year.
Yakido,
You know
bro.
that, right? He's
Huh?
gotten better every year.
Yeah.
Every year he's
Yaki,
taken a leap.
what y'all need to do? Start Cam Reddish.
That year, I don't know. There's something I don't know what it is. There's something about
He's a
it.
trouble
Seems like,
kid. He's a trouble kid. That's his only thing. But as far as talent, Cam Reddish, believe me.
but what but
Believe me.
what is the trouble with him? Like,
I
I'm
think
curious.
he a knucklehead.
Oh,
He's one
okay.
of them young niggas. He probably wears thin jeans and tight shirts and big ass
Yo, you
Balenciaga
silly.
sneakers or some shit. It ain't nothing that serious, but I believe he can help the Knicks. He can help them. And he didn't really
Yeah.
play much last year after they got him from the Hawks, but they should definitely. I would put him in the starting lineup personally.
Nah. I mean, I think when they did play him, I was surprised that he didn't play more because I
Right.
like
Who's
what he
your
gave.
two guard?
I like
Put
what he
Barrett at
gave
the
the
two and
team.
put Reddish at the three.
I mean, we got. I mean, they have that alternative. I don't know why teams are not doing that with Reddish because Atlanta did the same
Oh, he
thing.
can play. That boy's
Yeah,
buckets.
I know, but for whatever reason, he doesn't
And you're right.
play.
Atlanta didn't. You're right. You're right.
They stopped playing them, and
Mm-hmm.
then they invested in. I can't remember the guy's name, but
DeAndre Hunter.
no, the shooter, this
Oh, the white
the
boy.
Spanish guy,
Yeah,
something
yeah. What's his name? No, Bogdanovich.
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 Yeah, and the other guy too. The other
Oh,
guy that's
Herder.
it. Herder. Yeah, yeah. So I don't know. It had something to do with contracts as well, but I mean, when we got him, I thought we were going to play him a lot. So that's the one thing I'll say about um, our
Thibodeau.
coach is that, yeah, his decision. I didn't understand why he didn't give him
He
more of
does
a
weird
chance.
stuff. He's a hell
Right.
of a defensive coach, but he definitely does weird because he dropped the ball in Chicago when he was there. They had Jimmy Butler. They had Noah. They had a bomb squad. They had Derrick Rose. They had a bomb squad. He dropped the ball there. Then he went to Minnesota,
Oh no,
dropped the
but D
ball
Rose
there.
got injured.
But
That's a
that's what I'm
big
saying.
matchup ball.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
It's something with him. As far as defensive schemes, yeah, definitely good. But
yeah.
yeah, it's something. I think your sister trying to get us the hell off her screen. So
It's all good. Well, we'll do it again, bruh.
yeah,
What
definitely.
you say? I
We gonna get a
ain't even do
sports show
I ain't
going.
even do nothing. I ain't even do
I'm
nothing.
talking to
You
my
ain't
brother.
no, but you ain't
That was
gonna
my
be
brother
calling me.
before you. I'm
No,
talking to him, please.
okay. I know you changed my diapers, but no, you're
You know
not
I
gonna
hate
be.
when you say
Nope,
that.
you're
Don't
not.
say
Yeah,
that.
so don't be putting it
We
on
gonna
me.
get a basketball show together, bro.
All right.
Oh,
Let me
definitely. I
know.
gotta definitely have you guys back. This was a great conversation. I knew that we would end up kind of rearing off into other NBA stuff. You guys got a great chemistry on screen. I really did.
That's my
Yeah,
brother right there, yo.
yeah. No, I'm your sister. That's that nigga other.
I know you, my little stu.
I know, right? But before we go though, just Boogie, give me your closing comment as far as what's going on with Boston, and if you feel whether or not this particular scandal will affect the season for the Celtics.
Um, as far as anything concerning really Ime, um, I really want to hear everything to come out before I really give a strong opinion about anything. To be honest with you, I just there's so much in that, and then think the way things were released, and you know different things coming out. It's just really confusing to me more than anything, for a lot of people, and they pretty much want to. A lot of people give their opinions, but
Mhm.
um, with that, you know, I'd rather uh, I'd rather wait on that.
That's fair.
But like, what else you saying? Like,
Yeah, I just a lot of times scandals like these sit in the minds of players, but we've seen the Celtics overcome a lot. I was just wondering,
yeah,
if you
I mean, I
see a
think the
significant
team. I
difference.
I definitely think the team can like. I don't expect them to not be capable because of this, especially considering what y'all told me about the replacement and that he fits the culture, has been part of the culture,
Hmm.
and has the respect of a lot of the players. Like I think he can carry on that, and the experience of last year is what it is. These guys went to the
He was part
finals
of it.
and they went deep. And if he was there, like they're not, they're all connected. So I do like their chances. I'm more concerned, honestly, to be as far as the Celtics are concerned, and as far as the season is concerned. Like I would think as a fan, people are more concerned about losing Robert
There you
Williams,
go.
Yeah.
Yes,
because
sir.
like to me that's going to really impact the team, which I can do. And so we'll see. I think the Celtics as an organization, though, they can fight this, and I think they'll be fine eventually.
I
Um,
agree. And last
you know,
question.
but yeah.
If you had to pick right now before the season starts, I don't know if you've been watching like preseason games or anything. Who do you see going to the championship, East and West?
Man, like that's just truthfully hard to do, no matter what at this point. But I'll tell you who's like the most impressive, like when you look into the upcoming seasons, and that's just so hard.
It is.
That's just
It's
so
some of your
hard, man.
teams
Like,
now.
yeah, like,
At one point, we used to be able to say, "Oh, they're going Warriors gonna win," but I don't feel like you
yeah,
can say that now. I think it's a lot. The East is definitely elevated.
yeah, man. And the West too, man. Like, I look at a team like Denver, especially like Denver, the Denver Nuggets. Like Nikola Jokic doesn't get the credit that he should be getting. Like that dude is insane, incredible,
Mhm.
and he's about to get Jamal Murray back. And like that's crazy, man. Like Like that's an instant threat. That's an instant threat to like any team immediately. So they're going to get drastically better. Um, I love my Lakers as far as LeBron being there. I love my Lakers, but
I want to put
uh,
you in the back so
I
bad.
don't think it's presently constructed. I'm not of the believer that they can do it the way that with the team that they have right now. And so I'm expecting them to do something to possibly warrant them being in a conversation with like a Golden State, a Denver, even the LA Clippers, man. Like Kawhi. I mean,
That nigga ain't
I don't
playing
know if
2
people.
years.
I don't know. Yeah, but it don't matter, man. Like
Okay.
They say he
that.
looking good though.
Okay.
That dude. I'm just saying, if
Looking good
healthy,
in practice is different
if
from
he
looking
is
good in the season.
if he is healthy, he is
Yeah.
going to
We
be
just
a
got
That's it.
right.
If
Gotta see.
him and PG.
Is that how with him? To me, it's him. Yeah, it's a health thing with Kawhi and MG to some degree, but um, there's some
Count on him being hurt every year.
there's some
Every year.
stuff in the West now. In the East, like I said, I'm interested in this Cleveland team. Like on paper,
Man.
their starting five,
It's
their
crazy.
starting five is powerful, man. Like I'm like, wow, this team can make a lot of noise. On a also I look at a team like Brooklyn.
Uh-huh.
Like, Kyrie and Kevin are healthy. They're gonna play all 82 games together.
You think so?
When has Kyrie or Kevin Durant played all
Yeah,
82
no, that's
games?
not happening.
I don't mean all 80. I don't mean all 82. I'm just saying like they should right now. They
They
should be together
should,
for a
yeah,
full
they
season.
should be together
They should be
for
for a
the
full
entire
season.
time. But
And so you look at Ben Simmons as an X factor there, man. Like if Ben Simmons somehow fits into this thing,
Oh
like
yeah, they're gonna be dangerous.
as much as I hate to admit it because they're cross river rivals, Brooklyn is going to be
They're gonna be
dangerous.
scary.
And mind you, you still got Giannis and you still got Atlanta, which I can't stand them. I can't wait till we can see them again. Like it's just the East, like you said, it's going to be
Don't
a
forget
fury.
about
But
Miami.
right,
There's some
exactly.
shit going on in the East.
Miami is still going to be good,
Philly.
and my Knicks going to be right there,
Oh
right in
god.
well,
the middle
we're
of
not
it,
even about
Typical
to.
Knicks
And
fan.
right in the
Typical
middle
Knicks
of it,
fan.
because this could go on for another hour. Don't even do that.
right in the middle of it. I'm just letting you know. That's my expectations.
Well, it's going to be really interesting to watch. I'm still really looking forward to this season, and
Yeah.
we definitely gonna have to do another episode like this. Jay Savage wants to see one after opening day, so maybe the day after we can all get together again and talk about the first two games that we saw.
Well,
Sure.
I'll say watch out for Portland. Watch out for if the Clippers can stay healthy, they're gonna be a threat. My picks for the championship this year, I'm gonna have to go with. Okay, we're gonna go with providing everyone's healthy at the end of the season. I'm gonna go with the Clippers and the Celtics for the championship. Celtics in 6.
Y'all make sure y'all make notes of what he's saying. Now I will
Yo.
tell you, Fresh is usually really
Y'all
good at this.
y'all might
That's how he do it, but he do it.
y'all might finish before we do ahead of us. I'm not denying that. But y'all ain't going to the championship this year. I doubt.
Okay.
I
Alright.
doubt it.
Okay.
I doubt it.
Well,
Y'all ain't going
we shall see.
and y'all ain't going to the playoffs this year. I doubt it. I
That,
doubt
hey, we shall see. We shall see.
it. No, this is always the greatest thing about this type of stuff because we gonna see. And the
gonna
best
see.
thing about all of this is the person that get to say "I told you so." That's a great feeling.
That's right.
We will see.
I'm not. I won't be mad at all. I've been wrong in the past. I just don't think I'm wrong right now.
You're a Knicks
So
fan. You're always wrong.
we'll see.
Oh,
We'll
God.
see. Like I said, I'm telling you, I'm putting a lot on. I'm putting a lot
rude.
on the point guard though. Like I'm thinking like he is the right key to the.
That is funny. You put all your faith in somebody that's under 6 feet, a point guard. That's crazy.
Yep.
Y'all got one different player from last year, and y'all gonna make a big difference. Okay, we'll see.
No, yeah. I mean, I don't think. I don't think it's a big difference because, like,
Tell you the truth, I like Emmanuel Quickly better than I like Brunson personally.
well, that's why I'm glad we still have them because I think there'll be spots where they're gonna play really well together. Because what I like Quickly more as a shooter
Right.
and really
They could
like
put
a
him at the 2 and
penetrator.
Brunson at the 1. That'll be
Right.
interesting.
And you know who I think whose game I think it might benefit the most from Brunson as far as other players is Mitchell Robinson.
I agree with you.
Because
If he
Mitchell
can get a pick and
Robinson,
roll going with that guy,
yes,
that's gonna be unstoppable.
they haven't been able to like utilize him the way
Right.
that he could be utilized. And I think that's what I'm expecting offensively because the other guys have always been able to get their shots. Julius, RJ, like I said, is starting to get his shots. If we get an interior presence, some heaviness at the basket.
Yeah, need a Robert Williams type of player. And
exactly.
You're right. I mean,
well,
Brunson,
no, I've always
I won't doubt that he could bring that. I won't doubt it, but it's still a Knicks, so
well, listen, I don't blame people.
Worse, yo, you hella rude. Talk about it's still a Knicks stuff.
It
listen,
is. Come on now.
I can't get mad with people. I can't get mad with people.
My whole life, I heard the same shit every year with the Knicks.
Oh my God, you said it like 100 times tonight. We
Every
get
year.
it. We get it. It's the Knicks.
I'll say I haven't been that way. I haven't been that way with the Knicks since Patrick Ewing. Like, there's no team that we've had since the Ewing days that I ever felt like we would win a championship.
Facts.
So I can definitely tell you it wasn't me. I can tell you that much. But like I said, that's why what I'm telling you, like I've seen the development. It's like y'all have seen the development of the Boston Celtics. You know, they kept Marcus Smart. They kept their critical draft picks in their core. And, you know, y'all got Robert Williams. Like, y'all built it the way that y'all are supposed to. My biggest concern, like I said, is James Dolan. I like what we're doing
that's
now.
The problem. That's
I like
the problem.
I like what we're doing now. We'll see how well we can, we can be with this young unit. But I think that's why they have so many picks and stuff in case they need to make a mid-season, like, offer to a team.
One more thing that I think will really help the Knicks. I know it will help the Knicks. Get Spike Lee the fuck out the Garden. He's y'all bad luck charm.
Get out of here, man.
What happened when y'all was up?
Man,
and he talked to Reggie Miller. What happened?
No, I agree. No, I agree that
every time he get excited, y'all wind up blowing the fucking game.
Listen, I agree that he definitely messed up. He messed up with that. But
that's a whole nother look. That's a whole nother story.
Spike is he's a mainstay. Like,
he's a fixture. That's
he definitely he's a New Yorker like that. Like, he's a native Brooklynite. And it's funny, he stayed with the Knicks. He didn't go to he's committed. Because Brooklyn is in his backyard.
And anyway, Jace having talking about freshman to kick out Spike Lee now. Shit, Dolan kicked his ass out already. Kicked out Oakley, shitted on Carmelo, but we the racist organization. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, no, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that
Charles
either.
Oakley like a fucking bum and a bum that's snuck into the damn stadium.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why that dude got to go. But yeah, no, I agree with y'all was saying earlier. Like, I don't see the Boston franchise as being racist. I know the town is known as that, but I think the history that y'all represented, that's the history that I've seen, that I've heard of, that I've read. And so, like I said,
I've never seen it within the organization.
No.
Yeah.
No,
well,
Kevin Garnett had problems of coming over there until Bill Russell spoke to him.
Well, he had to live there.
It's not the city. I mean, the city is different from the organization. And so Kevin Garnett came there. The first year he got there, what happened? Won a championship. We won a championship.
We were special. But on that note, fellas, we're gonna wrap this show up. We're at our 2 hour and 33 minute mark.
Oh my God.
About an hour over what my plan was. Once again, Uncle B, thank you so much for coming by, being
No problem.
engaging. I probably kept you a little longer than we talked about, but your insight has been amazing. I really appreciate you so much.
It's all good, little sis.
Don't be a stranger to the fresh.
Okay, doke.
Okay, we want to see you
All
again.
right.
All
All
right,
right. Peace out, broski.
All
bye.
right, later, Frank. All right, peace.
Later.
Fresh breezy. Ooh,
Man.
you talk a lot.
I know. You know,
It's like you
man,
wouldn't
come
let
on,
him
man. The
finish.
Celtics, don't do that.
Yeah,
You
I know.
heard me, like
I
you said,
already
you
know.
heard me this morning.
Yeah, you woke me
But
up.
it's funny because when I start flipping out, I heard you like move because you was downstairs. I was like, oh, she must hear me.
Yeah, I was like, I guess that's my cue to get up and uh, and do something constructive around the house. But you know what? I'm gonna be honest. I wanted to cover this, but hearing you this morning was my motivation to put the show together.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah,
sometimes the bitching works, huh?
yeah, it's sometimes very rare, but sometimes. Nah, but I was like, yeah, he's really anything that goes on with the Celtic organization, you're passionate about it anyway. So I definitely wanted to provide a platform where you could get all that shit off, but I wanted to bring somebody else in who I felt like could be objective about what we were talking about, even though it was the Celtic organization. See, that's the difference between people being fans of their teams and fans of the sport and wanting
Right.
to really
Right.
understand what's happening and you know what I mean, and giving a objective opinion or
Exactly.
perspective about
Unbiased
situation at hand. Yes,
opinion.
this is a unbiased platform, ain't it?
You
So,
be putting me in the backstage a lot, but yeah, for the most part, it's
yeah,
unbiased.
sometimes I gotta clip your wings a little bit, babe. But I love you, and I love your point of view. Um,
Appreciate that.
you be slurring your words sometimes, drunkles, but you usually pretty good when you hear with the fresh perspective. So as always, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for your insight. I
Smack.
definitely noted that you said that it will be the Los Angeles Clippers and the Celtics
Yep.
in the finals. Um,
Celtics in 6.
Uncle B did not have team that he two teams that he expected
Well,
to
we
go.
know what team he wasn't going to say. So
Well, of course not. Of course not. But I believe if you and I know for a fact that if you didn't believe that the Celtics had a chance, you wouldn't say so.
oh no.
You're very unbiased when it comes to that stuff. You're like, yo, these niggas is trash.
And I'm
Like
usually on point with my sports. Not to
that's
stroke my own
you be
ego, but I'm
with
usually on point
yes
with
with sports. Yes, with sports. Yes, with sports. Yes.
Whatever.
Did you like my little flyer I made with all the green and the Celtics on it? Like,
Man, loved it.
you being funny?
Mm-mm.
I think it's
Not
cute.
at all.
I think it's cute. I was like, should I put this man up here or not? Or no?
Hey, I don't know. Shit. You looking like kind of like me, and I'm looking kind of like Ime. What the fuck?
You stupid. You kind of look like he got a little bit more melanin.
Whatever.
You do, just a little bit. But you do kind of look like him right there, though. And that really
Whatever.
is me. Yeah. So, any last words, like short ones?
Um.
Oh, you ain't hear me.
Yeah, I heard you. I heard you.
You ignore me. Let me stop.
Like I said, just it's a sad situation. It seems like he's taking the responsibility of what he did. And as far as the Celtics, like we just got to get over it, move forward, and beat this controversy like we did last year. I mean, we've been the team's been together long enough. Like I said, Joe Mazzulla, he's been there. He's gained the respect of the players. And moral of the story is shit. Udoka is the Nigerian scammer. I hate you, Jay Savage. No, the moral of the story is you have to overcome shit that's in front of you, and we'll see. Hopefully the Celtics will do it. We'll win a championship and it should all be behind us.
Very interesting. I definitely think they can get past it. I think the fact that they've had several months actually to kind of deal with
Yeah,
some
and
of
they knew it was going down, right? So
the Celtics is it's an old fashioned type of, it's an old school, franchise. Like they made,
organization, like the
yeah,
Yankees, yeah.
right. They're like the Yankees of basketball to me. As far as being, I feel like they're very well structured. I feel like they make the decisions necessary um to make changes. I think the coaching change that they made last year was great. I'm not going to take anything from this
Right.
man.
And the coach is great
Yeah,
in the Celtics. So
he came into the Celtics organization and he made some changes. They paired him. I think Brad Stevens was the reason that Missoula came.
yep.
He wanted him with working with Ime. Is that his
Right.
name? That's how you say it?
Yep. Yep.
He wanted him working with him.
Yeah,
So
it was all perfect. It was all
yeah,
perfect.
I just hope, and I pray for him. He's still young. I'm hoping he doesn't fold under the pressure.
Definitely.
But
Definitely.
I think that he got some good people supporting him. Brad Stevens is backing him. I don't know how, because it said in some of the articles I was reading today that they haven't even determined whether or not he can't have any contact with anybody in the organization.
Right.
So,
Well, like I said, I mean, it might
he
come
still
back
may
where
very well be an ear for
oh yeah,
Udoka,
definitely.
because they spent that year
Definitely.
building that team. So if he's still able to be an ear for him,
Hmm.
I think we have a good chance of doing very well. I don't know if we'll win this.
Right. And don't be surprised if
But
they
I'm like,
they overturn that suspension is not a full year. I'm not
it's
nothing
it's
is
gonna
gonna
be
surprise me.
it's gonna take time for us to
Yeah.
figure it out.
Right.
Jay Savage, you never know. You never
Jay
know.
Savage, oh man, you
They
really
said because of
we ain't cool no more.
but
We
they
ain't
said
cool no more.
because of how explosive his entrance into like being a head coach was, that this is definitely not the end of his coaching.
Oh no, he's a Greg Popovich
Yeah.
underling. So
He just
yeah,
got to
it'll
get
be
past
all
the scandal. Like he got to get past it. And so once he does, I think whether he stays with us or he goes somewhere else, he's gonna make a difference no matter where he.
Definitely.
So thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. I appreciate all the comments in the chat. I appreciate you, Fresh Breezy, for coming up on panel as always. Jay Savage, I don't know if Bonnet is still here, and Fresh Breezy. You guys let me know if we are going full drunk uncle tomorrow night so I can get you guys situated. But yeah, I thought this was a great show. Shout out to Uncle B. And he was like, "How long?"
Definitely, we're gonna definitely have a saucy Saturday tomorrow.
A saucy Saturday
So
after
all the
work.
drunk uncles.
You're gonna be tired. We're gonna drive 2.5 hours, work for like 10, drive 2.5 back. You're gonna be like,
I don't have to do anything. That's the drunk uncles, baby. That's the beauty of it.
"Good night, Fresh Breezy."
Good night, my love.
Oh, shout out to everybody in the chat. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, I'm always so appreciative to you guys. Thank you so much for all the support. We'll have another episode of The Fresh Perspective probably on Sunday. And we're anticipating a Drunk Uncles episode tomorrow. Time will be determined once the guys figure it out. Great topic. I'll definitely be following up on this, simply because it's the Celtics. Like it affects my team. I bleed green. Yes. So everybody have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Enjoy this fall. It's officially fall and the weather is changing here. So you guys have a nice weekend. Have a safe weekend. And make sure you tune in to another episode of The Fresh Perspective.
I'm on the bigger things, I'm talking monetary gains. I'm on the bigger things, I'm talking monetary gains. Old money, new money. No, we are not the same. Always contemplating new moves. Getting to is what I'm used to. Back to back, cool roots moves. I got a whole lot of juice too. I'm on the bigger things. I'm talking monetary gains. Old money, new money. No, we are not the same. Always contemplating new moves. Getting to is what I'm used to. Back to back, cool moves. I got a whole lot of whenever you're focused on building your bands, gotta navigate and get to the money. No distraction gonna take me off course. Laughing at you clowns, you know what's funny? I'm that nigga and they know what it costs. Chick gon' get it, I don't care what it costs. All this horsepower, know me to floss. Rockin' Ralph Lauren up in the Porsche. New cologne scent smelling like honey. Keep the thing on me for whoever want it. Fantastic with the 4 pound. Desert Eagle or the 40 cal. Jimmy Fox, I lift your soul out. People saying whole soul out. Motherfuckers don't know what they talking about. I just think they need someone to talk about. So they sit around and gossip like bitches. Pocket watching and critiquing decisions. Truth is they know shit about business. I'm on a mission, trying to get into the billions. Can't get caught up in my feelings. Raising the ceiling. Y'all know the flow appealing. Able, ready, and I'm willing. Give a fuck about your feelings. I'm making a killing. I'm on the bigger things. I'm talking monetary gain. Old money, new money. No, we are not the same. Always contemplating new moves. Getting to is what I'm used to. Back to back, cool roots moves. I got a whole lot of juice too. I'm on the bigger things. I'm talking monetary gains. Old money, new money. No, we are not the same. Always contemplating new moves. Getting to is what I'm used to. Back to back, cool roots moves. I got a whole lot of juice too. I got a whole lot of this. And I got a whole lot of that. Whole lot of y'all rags. Whole lot of y'all act like you really with the shits. Really blood a crib, really you're a bitch. I really keep the fifth, really getting chips, really be the shit. Yeah, they know I'm lit. 100 on the wrist, icy as a bitch. Spicy as it gets. My FIT is a drip. Quite pricey at the Ritz. Got your wifey on my dick. She loving my style, the way I get down, and she like the way I spit. Feeling wavy in this bitch. To the max speed like a motherfucker. I'm the gravy on the bitch. Fuck they saying out here. Shit. Only money talk to me. Come and talk to me. You gotta be worth shit. I'm on the bigger things. I'm talking monetary gain. Old money, new money. No, we are not the same. Always contemplating new moves. Getting to is what I'm used to. Back to back, cool roots moves. I got a whole lot of juice too. I'm on the bigger things. I'm talking monetary gains. Old money, new money. No, we are not the same. Always contemplating new moves. Getting to is what I'm used to. Back to back, cool roots moves. I got a whole lot of juice too.
Tweaking, finesse it, all the games, I'm not to be messed with. Y'all be playing, shit so temporary. One in the chamber, one up, I need leverage. Y'all completely flip the script, no director. I'm trying to break the bank while y'all break up. Too much at stake, yeah, that's a fact. Imagine that, watch the close ones. They'll stab you in your back. I'm in my bag, running up a bag. Whole lot of cash shit going on. I'm in my bag, running up a bag. Whole lot of cash shit going on. When I step out, I'm giving them chills. Run your bag up, and you know the feel. You know I'm up next. I'm running up checks, stepping on next. Know I had to flex. Finna ice on my neck, put my man in baguettes. Buy my mama a jet. You bitches real choosy, could never be like y'all. Fucking with no goofies, just a big groupies. At the end of the day, you nigga gon' choose me. Running up a bag, whole lot of cash shit going on. I'm in my bag, running up a bag, whole lot of cash shit going on. You see I'm coming strong, like I can't do no wrong. If you ain't feel me before, you gon' feel me now. I'm making big moves now, giving you bitches something you can talk about. Check the program.
It's been a tremendous blessing to me, my family, my life, and I appreciate it.
You know, like I said, I always try to express my appreciation, to everybody. You know, it's a lot of different things
Perspective, real empowerment, you better be respected. Lady Fresh on a motherfucking check-in. Weezy got her back, she stay protected. Just the fresh perspective, real empowerment, you better be respected. It's for the demons, it's to get you through the night. Not for the haters that you, they don't come outside.